Clobberin' time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
It's clobberin' time! Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberooskies, clobberologists, and clobberbarians, and every other kind of clobber. And of course, you all know who you are, but if you don't happen to be a clobberer of any kind, the secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Hello, 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 my friends, and welcome to the Clubhouse. Clobberonimo! We indeed. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. We're without one of our crew members who is on an away mission. The great Chief Engineer Mark D with a C is on an away mission.
Hurt. You know that. If he gets hurt, it will be terrible. Servalan, I cannot believe that he took that mission with Servalan. I guess Travis ordered him to, and I hope
he'll
he
be
comes
back
okay.
He should be okay. He's in the Liberator, so it's fine. He will be back. So we'll have something of an abnormal show. Anyway, but it's Clobbering Time. It's issue 686 on YouTube, 1,386 overall. Clobby's Clubhouse number 108. And yes, we'll miss Mark tonight, but we will carry on without him, and he'll be back hopefully next week. We'll see. But he should be in next week, and I say hopefully simply because it's Thanksgiving and we don't know what's going to go on. But I will be here. I will definitely be here Thanksgiving night next week. Obviously, many of you won't be doing Thanksgiving-y things, won't you? But
Turkey Day.
I'll be here. So yes, indeed-ishness. Yeah. So tonight, basically, we're just going to kind of have a little bit of fun. No reviews of anything, but we just thought we'd hang out with you guys. An opportunity, kind of a rare opportunity for us just to get Raquel and I just to visit with each other in a casual way and with you all. So you can, if you want to bounce any types of questions or anything off on once I give the word after we do all of our introductory stuff, of course, then we'll sit here and have a conversation with you and with each other. So
yeah,
and I just be kind of hanging out, chill, as the kiddies say, chilling at the clubhouse. And I hope I never say that again.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Wowzer. Anyway, so everyone, of course, this would not be the clubhouse. It never is. Even when she wasn't here, when she was busy, it wasn't the same, but she's here, and it would never be, ever be the same without the most wonderful first officer in the fleet. Love you. Hello there, Commander R.M. Briggs. How are you? And open us, please, with some of your opening words for everybody.
Well, hello, best friend. I love you. We get to spend about 8 or 9 hours a week together, and I look forward to it. I look forward to every Thursday. I look forward to every Saturday. I wish you lived much, much closer to me because I just love you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Hail to the chat. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here at Clobberin Times, Clobby's Clubhouse. Mark has accepted an away mission with Serverland, like the captain said. So we're going to have a great time tonight, just talking about the things that you want to talk about. Other than that, I think that now would be a great time for me to shout out the marvelous human beings who are backing my new book. These are fabulous human beings. I love them very much. It's very 18th, 19th century to back an author, and I just love them and appreciate them more than words can say. And they are Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin, Gil Bavel. May you rest in peace, buddy. Thank you. You were a massive pain in the butt and also one of the best friends a person could ever have. Thank you for supporting me. Shoota! Gwagnar, Dave! Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K. and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, the Erudite Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C. Damn it, Mark! Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Cook, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course, Lance. Chucking that beautiful puppy some cheese, Rob Altus and Tyler. Thank you for backing my new book. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have a second collection of science fiction tales coming out in the new year. I thought I could bang the book out in 1 year, but I think that was a little overly ambitious. So we're spilling over into the new year, but it will be exciting. It's going to be great fun. You can pre-read those stories before anyone else if you join on my Patreon, and my Patreons. I guess that's what you should call them, my Patreons, but they're my patrons. They're deciding the order of the book and the order in which these stories are released. So as soon as they decide what's coming out in December, we'll have a new story coming out in December. And I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much for reading my work. If you like episodic classic science fiction and you don't like the hyperdidacticism, you don't like to be told what to think and how to feel, and you just want to escape, go somewhere in a story and have a great time, then my short stories may be what you are looking for. So check them out. They're on Amazon and they're also on Kindle. And I think I've talked enough. Captain, my captain, mon capitaine, my buddy, my best friend. I love you so much. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Of course. Oh, I forgot to, what did I forget? Oh, there you go. There you go. Everyone, of course, if anyone, because Mark's not here, everyone can put the link. Well, the link is in my description below, isn't it? I keep forgetting about that. But there's the link to number one's Patreon. It's going across the Chiron right there. But let me see if I can find, if anyone has it, to put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll have to grab it. I'll have to go look for it.
Oh, don't worry about it, boss.
I'm so used to Mark doing it.
Don't worry about it, boss.
No, we'll get it. We'll get it. I'll get it. I'm just have to find it. If anyone has that link, though, to Raquel's Patreon and her Amazon and Kindle page or whatever, if you could get that before me, because right now I don't know exactly how to find it. I got to admit, I don't. I think they're in my description below, though. I'm pretty sure.
I think they're in the description below.
Yep. Anyway,
don't worry about it. Don't trouble yourself.
No, I will. I will find it. Let's see. Where were I?
And also don't forget to check out Mark. Mark is selling his killer cornucopia. I guess that's what we have to call it. Because that's what we have to call it, folks. But yeah, make sure that you check out Mark D with his C's Twitter. Make sure you check out his Patreon, and make sure you check out his YouTube. He has a marvelous YouTube channel, lots of enabling, lots of great fun. Oh, and Penny walked through the door, and the first thing she said to me was a request. And so I'm going to fulfill it before I turn the floor back over to the boss. You ready, Penny?
I thought I had the link.
Oh, Chris has got it. I love you, Chris. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thanks, Chris. And I'm so, and I don't have. I think I have Mark. I think Mark's link is in there at least.
Yay!
At the bottom. But I have your other. I have one of your links. I have your Canadian link to your Patreon or to your Amazon. It says Canadian link. That's weird. I'm all messed up. I'll get it straight.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, all right, my friends. Well, let's see here. Shout outs and show notes, not in that order. Show notes and shout outs. Okay. Let's see up in here. By the way, big shout out to Tom and Midnight's Edge. They didn't have a show tonight because they are in at present out somewhere, I think in Milwaukee, at Gary Nerdrotic's big get together meetup.
Oh,
And
no way.
our buddies Tom and Nick and Father Miller and a whole bunch of people are there hanging out. So I'm happy for them all having a good time, and
Be
that's
safe.
fantastic.
Have fun, everyone.
Yeah, I got to see their Nick live streamed it for a little while there, and it was pretty cool. So I'm glad Nick and Tom and our other friends who are out there having fun. Let's see here. Tomorrow night, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be on our good buddy J-Man's channel with J-Man and Sean, continuing our Jack Kirby's Fourth World reviews. We only have a few more shows to go on that. Well, we have it all taken care of. It's been a great road there. I don't know how many we've done so far. Quite a few, though. We do 3 issues a week in chronological order, for the exact reading order for the Kirby's Fourth World, and it has been just I've been enjoying it so much. In a couple of weeks, when we finish that, we're going to start on Frank Miller's classic Daredevil run.
They're
so
such
a lot
good
of fun.
nerds. Those guys are the best nerds.
Great guys.
I love Sean and Jay.
Great guys, and I love them. A lot of fun to hang out with. And then before that, well, hang on, that was good. I won't be able to make Nick's show tomorrow night, but please, if you want to go see some great Friday Night Comic Shop talks, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on my buddy Nick's channel.
Nick!
To my understanding, he's still having it tomorrow night, even though he's out of town. I guess he'll be back home by then, so there we go. Saturday night, though, you know what that is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Saturday night Star Trek, been having a great time there, and we'll have 4 more episodes reviewed by my number 1 and myself of season 3 of Star Trek Voyager. Please do not miss it. If you're a Voyager fan, you'll have a great time, I think. Then Sunday night on the great Mark D with the Seas channel, the Chief Engineer's channel, Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Monday night, back on J-Man's channel at 7 Eastern. Our continuing reviews of the entire chronological run of the real Legion of Superheroes 58 through 89. Although, unless he reschedules, we're going to have a special guest. We might just interview a special guest instead of just doing reviews, but one way or the other will be there. So a lot of fun.
Ooh.
A lot of fun. Yes, indeed. Yes. And then, of course, the usual stuff for the week. More Doctor Who stuff, actually, on on Monday night, I'll continue on my regular show, 9 Central. I'll continue part 2 of in other words, the last 4 issues of the 8-issue miniseries, maxi series, I guess, Star Trek Next Generation Doctor Who crossover. The comics, what a story. And it was a lot of fun reviewing the first 4 last week with you guys and talking about other Doctor Who comics. And it'll be a lot of fun. And then I don't have a thingy made up for it yet, but this is what I did this past Wednesday. By the way, thank you. Everyone who joined me last night, by the way, what a crowd. What an amazing big crowd we had. I never knew we had so many Doctor Who fans here for the 60th anniversary.
Yay!
Talking favorite doctors and favorite companions. Well, this Wednesday night, I will be counting down my top 25 all-time favorite episodes / stories of, some say stories because they're multi-part episodes, but favorite stories of Doctor Who. So... and then, of course, it'll be the Clubhouse next Thursday night. So let's see what we got for the shout-outs here. As you all know, we love talking to you. Tonight is just a hangout with you and us. So let me start out by shouting you all out. We start out with our wonderful wrenches. Whether they hear or not, they get the shout. There's a great Eric K. Bronze Wrencher. I don't know if he's out there or not, or if he's just I saw him.
He'll be here later.
Nick's stream, but I don't know if he's if he made the trip way out there to.
He might be there.
I don't know if he went or not.
He went to the last one, didn't he?
He only goes to the ones that are relatively closer. I don't think he went to that one, but who knows if he did? I hope he did.
Anyway, love you, Eric, and we'll
buddy.
talk soon. And a kiss Kirby for me.
Indeed, buddy. Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North. Thanks for all you do, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you are an absolute sweetheart. All these beautiful posters advertising Clobby's channel, Clobby's show, backing my book, helping me to promote and sell my book and stuff. It's just, you're out there in the trenches for your friends and all the people you care about, building up the indie sphere. And we couldn't do this without you. You are such a great and loyal friend. And we just appreciate your talent and your loyalty and the time you spend on promoting Clobby, and definitely my writing. I love you, Chris. Thank you for everything. You're the best, hon. You the best.
D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. Thank you all for all you do as well, buddy. Really appreciate you. Lord Thoth and the God of the Wrenches, and of course the wonderful lovely Lady Thoth. Avon lives. Long live the Legion, my friend. The great aforementioned J-Man, partner in crime on Earth B. Yay. And fellow reviewer extraordinaire, Legion pal, and all that. Great channel, great friend.
Horror author. Also, make sure you buy his stories. If you like horror, give him a chance.
Maddie's daddy, Thor in Vegas, Vida the French, Meow. Stephen Callell, what's up, buddy? The Super Wrench himself. Good to see you, Super Wrench. The rascally wrench himself, the fancy outsidery. Flower Time's own music master, Maximum Redstone.
Maximum Redstone.
Master of the Claboni, and artist of the cover of Science Fiction Tales, Hungry Boy. HB. Yes, indeed. He is here, I think. He's there. There he is. And let me start hollering out our friends in the chat. Let me back me chat up a little bit so we can get that going. Because we'd like to shout you all out. You're all important to us. You're all friends here. Well, it's just those lurking. If you just lurk, that's okay too. Yep. We appreciate you very much. And of course, if you're watching on a rewatch or a download, if they call it, thank you so much. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate it. And please, click if you're thinking about it, please sub and hit the like button and the notification bell. I would really appreciate that.
And others out there.
Your Muslim uncle. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And thanks for popping in last night and all you did last night. I appreciate you. FKHC 2005 hike. What's up, buddy?
Evening.
Watch the first hour. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're here for that. And of course, always good to see you. And thank you for all your support and you hanging out with us and you watching on the rewatches. It's very much appreciated. Empress NM. Hey.
Good evening. Nice to see you.
Putin's cat. Hey.
Putin's cat.
Brogu.
Bro.
From my old hometown. What's up? Kimasabi. Let's see. Gwagnar. Dave C. What's up?
Dave!
What's up, my friend? Geely Chow. Roll that tide. JT Kirk. Go Lions. Go Lions.
Is K-Rock.
Lions go all the way. I hope so, buddy. Doing great. Ravenscroft, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for all you do. Always helping and always supporting us. And when Ravenscroft sometimes listens from out on the road and stuff, and I really do appreciate that.
Yes.
Michael Beacom, hello there, sir, and shout out to the wonderful Cassandra. I hope you both are doing well tonight.
Good evening, beautiful people. I'm sending what a marvelous couple you are. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are such great company. Looking forward to your company tonight. Sending you huge hugs.
Penny, hey Penny.
Hey.
It's always lovely to have you, my dear. And Petey York became a YouTube member. Well, thank you, Petey York. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you were doing well, sir. Welcome aboard. He's here. The Larry, and the Larry.
Hey! A man so nice. You should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. Larry. Larry, I love you. Good to see you.
All right, Larry Lee. What's up, buddy? Let's see. Hang on, everybody. I don't want to miss anybody here. So, Captain Infinity and Beyond.
Somebody special is here.
I hope so. They're all special, but okay, almost there. Claude Salling. Hey, what's up?
Claude.
Let's see. Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. Larry just gifted 5 CLOBBERIN Times memberships. Oh, my goodness. Larry. Always trying to build his friends up, always supporting indie artists and indie creators. And now here he is giving away 5 memberships to join Clobby's channel. Larry, I love you. Thank you, Larry. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you so much, buddy. Really, really, you're too kind. I don't know what to say, but thank you, man. Adrian James.
Hello. Hi, Adrian. I should say that like Rocky, though.
Adrian. Oh, Adrian. Oh, Adrian. I don't know if Adrian would want me to say that.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think. Sorry, Adrian. Blame.
My
Raquel.
fault. My fault.
Dadman and the Dadman clan, Mrs. Dadman, the whole Dadman clan. Hey.
Good evening, amazing people.
Now lay there. Hey. Let's see. Just Joe, what's up, Jobber?
You found him. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, the Jobber. Been with me since the old BTR days. Don't think I ever forget that, buddy.
That's what I meant. Special guest.
What's that, Doc Fortune?
Doc.
Hey. Pop Culture Republic. Hey.
Nice to see you, Pop.
Hail. Good to see you. Thank you again, Larry. Appreciate you, brother. You're too kind. I think we got everybody so far. So anyone who has, while we're just talking, anyone has any kinds of any questions or anything?
I starred something that I think you should address.
Okay.
It's in your starred folder, boss.
I got it.
And something really cool. I haven't heard anything about this, and I think it's a very interesting topic. So go ahead, boss. Take it away.
Let's see here. Has anyone heard the stupid rumor that Marvel is going to make the first FF film a Sue-centered story instead of an ensemble? And allegedly Galactus will be part of the story. Allegedly Galactus will be part of the story. I heard they've heard some rumors that it's going to be Javier Bardem, but ugh, so stupid. Yeah, I have not heard that particular rumor, so I don't know. All I can say is we live in it's the year 2023, Fanty. So 10, maybe even 10, as early as 10 years ago, I would have gone, it's too stupid to do that. Now, hey, it could be. You can't. That's the thing is, you can't make up something that's too stupid for Disney to do. So I'm like, it's probably a rumor and it's made up by fans, but I don't know. You can't put it past them either. Again, like I said, but you got to understand one thing about a Fantastic Four movie. Unless I'm in 100% in charge of it, it's not going to be a real Fantastic Four movie anyway. And that's just the way it is. So unless they're running it all by me, buddy. He says, hey, I'd like to propose 2 series for future review consideration. They are one season of Now and Again. That is, I've considered that, yes. And Now and Again. Well, you said 2, so I guess you're coming at me with another one eventually. Yeah, they're on YouTube. I've rewatched it again a couple of years back. It's a great show. It's weird when it's off the wall, and it would be. I'm gonna say I might review it sometime. I know Raquel enough to know that she wouldn't like that show. I've now back for a while. There was a show I recommended to her a while back that I think I didn't quite understand why she wouldn't like it. Then we reviewed a bunch of episodes of Deep Space Nine, and then I understood why later when she said she didn't like it, I understood why. No, I'm not even kidding. I didn't realize your absolute revulsion towards something that, even if it has science fiction in it, if they put too much like real world type relationship shit in it, you don't like it.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't know that when I told you how much I still did enjoy Eureka, but I didn't realize that would destroy Eureka for you, and it had to. Because it's all soap opera. Well, no, it's stories too. To be fair to them, they do have a story each episode, but they have a lot of long-going soap opera crap that you don't like. So I did not think of that when I made the mistake of telling you how much I like. I don't recommend anything. I just said I liked it. Maybe you would, but I really still like it. But I do understand you, and now I know enough to know that I love. By the way, I love the show. That show Now and Again, but it is more about the relationship. It is a science fiction concept. It is a fun concept, and it is very well written, very cleverly written by the guy who created Moonlighting, which was a show I loved. But it might have a little bit too much of that in there. I'm just
Yeah.
And the other one's called My Living Doll. Well, that's with Julie Newmar. That was a sitcom from the 60s. It didn't last very long.
Yep. Yeah, for me, I just maybe it's because I'm a lady. And when I was a prepubescent, I was very interested in learning about relationships. So I read a lot of adult romance novels.
Mm.
And when you're a young girl, you're quite curious about those things, and you know what you're going to be like when you grow up, and so on and so forth. So I was a voracious reader. And when I say I was a voracious reader, you know what I'm talking about. I don't think folks can fully understand it on air, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, hundreds of books a year. And so I got my fill of that romance genre. And I just nowadays I just find, although this doesn't apply to Eureka and these other shows that are a little bit older, I just find that there has been a great deal of conflation creep. Like I feel like as corporations take charge of the storytelling and there's less and less of the individual storyteller telling the stories, the more we have genre conflation, so we can try and get as many people as we possibly can
Right.
to watch the IP. So for me, it's like I just think it's getting worse. And so for me, I want to be able to just enjoy a single genre again. And you know, it's so funny because that's something that you and I both enjoy in our friendship, because I remember you confiding in me off air when we were in the green room one day. You're like, you know, Raquel, it's not that I hate it, or I forget what we were talking about, but you were like, why does everything always have to be a joke? So we have all this romance, and we don't really have the superhero stuff, and we don't get the hero's journey. We don't get to enjoy the characters, the magic and the storytelling. And then right when something is about to get serious, where you feel like you're invested and there's something is at risk, and you know, you have that suspense, everything turns into boom boom. And so I think you're feeling that conflation creep that I'm feeling as well. It's okay that a superhero movie is intelligent, adventurous, filled with suspense, it's a thriller, you know. It doesn't have to be all things to everyone, you know. So I've gotten grumpier and grumpier about the whole romance and sci-fi,
Yeah.
cantankerous even.
But see, the reason why I didn't mind it in Eureka, whereas it got annoying in DS9, is because it was more forced in DS9. These are characters that didn't begin. I mean, they're on a space station, and it became mostly about the things that the romance stuff. Actually, Deep Space Nine, I'm not into it, but that wasn't even the worst thing. I mean, it was some of the religious crap I hated, the political and the war stuff.
Yeah.
Made it feel, and they had far less focus on science fiction. They go whole clusters of episodes with something with very little anything to do, even remotely with science fiction. Where whether they have that in Eureka or not, every episode is still a science fiction story. It
That's
just
true.
happens
That's
in it.
true. Yeah,
But
it is worse now, isn't it? Because now these
yeah,
people who haven't even gone to high school are trying to play like they studied sociology and anthropology, and you're there for a social sciences lesson, or a socio-political or geopolitical lesson, or a partisan lesson,
hey,
instead of watching the show, right?
well, yeah, but of course DS9 was far before. It was before Farscape. That was 30 something years ago. I don't know. Their
True.
excuse was they were on 90s network television. Matthew Pounder, good to see
Hey,
you.
you.
Fiona, good to see you.
The chat is blowing up, and we have 11 starred comments. HB is on fire tonight. Everyone in the chat, they're on fire. Fire.
Star whatever you need to star. I've starred some. Let me address some of them, I guess.
Yeah, you go for it, boss.
But if you want to start that.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't see that one there. Hungry Boy says, question for Clubby and Raquel, to your recollection, what was the first sci-fi novel or anthology you remember reading? Go ahead.
The first sci-fi, I'm going to say 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh,
I think that was
nice.
my first, and I think after that it was H.G. Wells. I think I dabbled in Asimov, but it didn't quite resonate with me, quite like H.G. Wells did, and quite like Jules Verne. So I'm going to answer 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but it might have actually been H.G. Wells.
Nice. Good one to start with. I think my first one was probably Edgar Rice Burroughs. I believe it was one of the first John Carter, which was Princess of Mars.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Look, and the reason being is because they had comic adaptations of it, and I read a lot of the comics, and I think I saw them in comics, and then wanted to read the books. It could have. It's all somewhere around the same time reading some of the James Bliss Star Trek novels. Some of them were, well, there were adaptations of episodes, but also he wrote the very first. Technically, the first pocketbook Star Trek novel, the actual first Star Trek novel that is a story not based on an episode, was from a different company. It was called Mission to Horatius, which I didn't have that till many years later. But it was considered the first book, but not the first of the adult novels, if you will. In other words, because it was it was not like a kiddie book, but it kind of was for a different company that made different formats. So, Spock Must Die is the first non-adaptation ever written.
Oh, cool.
But it was by James Blish, who wrote all the adaptations of the episodes,
Nice.
which he did from early scripts, by the way, so they were kind of different. And so Spock Must Die, that would be one. So I'm not sure whether it was the first John Carter book, or of course some Tarzan's. I know that doesn't necessarily count as science fiction, but it may have been that. It may have been Princess of Mars, or it may have been Spock Must Die. It's one of those two. I'm getting fuzzy on which, but yeah, James Blish was good.
If you asked us tomorrow, we might give completely different answers.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's the weird thing about it, is because you're just thinking to yourself, okay, mind, sort the mind. What was the first sci-fi? But what a great conversation starter. What a great question. Thank you, HP.
I did have an anthology, but it's also a Star Trek anthology. Remember those Best of Trek books they used to do in the 70s where they had really great painted covers, and they were just, at the time, I didn't know this. Most of them were taken from like fanzines that were short stories by fans. Yeah. And there was a really good story in there by local authors that were local down here. There were two women who I didn't know at the time what a couple of arse heads they were, but they wrote a pretty good story called The Mind Sifter, which later one of the fan films, I don't know if it was James Cowley's Star Trek Phase 2 or it was one of the Star Trek Continues. One of them actually adapted that story. Which was which was unheard of for fan films. So yeah, those count as anthologies since they're Star Trek. I don't know, but they're not. They're in a sense they're short stories. How about that? Anyway, so thank you, Hungry. Let's see. Hey, Blunt Philly Reviews is here.
Hey, nice to see you.
Good to see you. And he says, member for 9 months. It's a member chat. Thank you, yo, fellow clubbers. 9 months in the clubhouse. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
your support.
Let's see. If you see anything you'd like to start, feel free, of course.
Yes.
Let's see. Stephen says, you're so right. As ridiculous as these rumors may sound, the studios usually respond with "Hold my beer." Yep, they do. Like, we could be worse than that. Michael Beacom says, my favorite FF artwork, Alex Ross's Marvels, where he drew them as played by movie TV stars. Yep, Russell Johnson was Reed Richards, Professor for Gilligan's Island, and Mr. Fantastic. Yep, that was pretty cool. I love it. I mean, nothing touches Kirby's art for me, but I did like that. Wes Cagle says, how can you have a Fantastic Four movie that concentrates on one member? It's not the Fantastic One.
Oh, what a great comment.
Yeah,
it's a great comment.
Wes, it's idiotic, but don't put anything past them.
Have you read any Jean Twenge? She did a meta-analysis and has written several books. She did a meta-analysis on narcissism in this generation, and you have to read some Jean Twenge. I believe the best book to start with is Generation Me. I just think it's indicative of the whole culture that we're building in this epoch, where it's just one person rather than being a part of a team. Everything is, me. It's really bad, actually. It's sad and really bad.
Yeah.
Check out Jean Twenge, and you'll see all of this evidence about how this epoch, this generation, they're starved for fame and for this identifying their unique specialness. It's like they're all under the impression that they're Cabbage Patch Kids, and that's quite unfortunate. So yeah, I hear you. The Fantastic Four is the Fantastic One. Yikes.
Yep. Pop Culture says to the Pop Culture Republic. Hey there, Pop Culture Republic. I don't know if we shouted you out. Good to see you.
Pop, pop, pop.
Too stupid for Disney to do. Nope. That was a rumor from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm sure it was just some fan talking, but again, I wouldn't put anything past him.
Yeah.
And he also said, don't know if I'm being too cynical, but I'm looking forward to Pedro, as Pedro Pascal has been rumored to be playing Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards in the movie. The sooner Marvel crashes and burns, the sooner Disney will sell Marvel off to someone who might care about it. No, I'm with you there. By the way, I don't care about his casting anyway. He's miscast. Good actor, but miscast. He's a jerk as a person, but it's a stupid casting. But guess what? If they do end up casting more of it, you ain't seen nothing yet. The casting is going to get way worse than him. Trust me.
Yeah.
Way worse. Hunger Boy said, genre conflation creep need to be trademarked by Raquel. Yes, get on that and trademark it.
Incredibly kind of you, HB. It's so great to have you here. Such marvelous conversation this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Larry says 13 months as a member, 13 plus months as a member, person in a membership memb.
Love you, Larry.
You the best, buddy. We appreciate you. Pop Culture also said Farscape did a pretty good job with romance between the two. Yeah, they did. Aaron's son and Crichton.
I liked it.
We were cool, and you didn't have to feel like you were shipping because they were just there. It was well done, and it never really. I mean, it was definitely a big part of the stories, no question about it. But it never got away from the kind of show it was supposed to be.
And isn't it funny, because when I think about Farscape, the last thing I think about is that chemistry. The last thing I think about is that relationship, and I think it really. I think for television too, it really matters if there's really, really terrible chemistry. Like, I think that if the characters have no chemistry, watching them physically touch one another can be revolting. Like with Kuroda, I did not want to see Renee acting as Mama Bird, feeding the baby bird. Just sexually repulsive. It's creepy. It's grody to the max, man. So yeah, I think chemistry matters too, doesn't it? And when you're seeing Claudia Black, you're just like, well, I would see her kiss anyone because she's tough. She's brilliant. I just love her. So I think she has great chemistry. So the quality of the actor, I think, affects it too. What do you all think?
I think they're really great together, but we'll see what else says.
Yeah, because then you want to see it, right? But
they're
there are times when you see Worf and Jadzia together, and you're thinking to yourself, she's so abusive towards him that I actually don't even buy that they're in a relationship together. Like, you just don't buy it, because she takes every opportunity she can to cheat on him, humiliate him. I mean, we've covered it extensively in our DS9 episodes, but I mean, I find it very difficult to even buy that they're together. It looks like, if it were real, it would be quite a tortured marriage, literally and figuratively.
Yep. Ravenscroft said, R.M. Briggs, their narrow minds cannot understand the larger themes. It all has to be so narrowly focused. Can anyone think of the last film that had true wonder?
Yeah. What a beautiful thing to say. What a wonderful thing to say, and so well said, so well phrased. What can I say? I totally agree. And the thing is that it is from all of these reboots. It is from them trying to maximize IP. Back in the days of the Global Geek Gang, Clobby was one of the first people that ever let me actually say on air without interrupting me or making it seem, like anti-fan, to say that, these IPs were being abused. They were going to change their audience. They were going to change their genre, and then they were going to blame the current fans. And they did all of this not for all of these reasons that they're saying, that these corporations are saying about DEI and about, doing their corporate duty to improve culture and all these other things. It was definitely, these corporations are just after money. It was really just to wring out the very last pennies from these IPs. And they really thought it would work. But as it turns out, if you completely change the audience and you completely change the genre, no one wants to watch this crap. Or as Zathras would say, crap, crap, crap. Right, Clobby?
Crap indeed. And nobody says it better than Zathras. Except you, of course. Last film that had some, there have been not many in this century, as a matter of fact, for me. But I mean, a couple, like, for example, I did like think and it's been a while, the Lord of the Rings films by Peter Jackson, the real ones, not the Hobbit crap. The first, those three I think were pretty close. Actually, in its early days, some of the Marvel films, because I'm such a comic book geek, some of those did hold a little of that kind of wonder you're talking about. For me, just not for the past, not in the last 7 years, not since maybe Infinity War have I felt anything like I really wanted to go see a movie over and over again. Endgame had a couple scenes like that, but they had so many bad things in it too. It just kind of, it was all over the place.
I think it was Lord of the Rings for me, Clobby. And I wouldn't have even been able to come up with that on my own if you hadn't have reminded me. I'm just so turned off of movies now.
I can't say blames you.
But mentioning the Lord of the Rings, that really was like the last time that the world got excited about pretend. They got excited to escape into another world. They got excited about going to another place in their hearts and in their minds, and truly that release of being able to enjoy yourself. I mean, I think that's the perfect example, Clobby. I think that would be my answer. That was the last time I was excited about a movie, was the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
There are a lot of really cool things out there that, as good as they are, they don't make you want to go be in another world. Dave G. Sound, hey there.
Not just another body of water.
But Lord of the Rings was one of them, and even if you never read the books, if you just saw those first three movies, that's like that as well. Also, IPs like when Star Trek really existed, that was one that makes you want to live in those times. Wonky man, hey there.
Hello.
When Star Wars still existed, because we know it doesn't anymore, it made you want to live in, to get lost in that world. That's another one that was like that. That's why it was so popular, of course. Doctor Who, when it was healthy, it made you want to travel with the universe with the Doctor. That's what these things do. They offer you not only, good entertainment and challenging entertainment challenging to your imagination, of course, but they made you want to be a part of it. In other words, you can watch a really, really good movie that tells you a really, really good story that you don't want to jump in there yourself and live it. You just enjoyed it. You thought it was really good, well written. And that's fantastic when a movie does that. It entertains you thoroughly or stimulates you or makes you think or whatever. But it's something special. That's why some are really just really good at quality art entertainment, and others are amazingly engaging IPs, if you will, or fandoms, if you will, because they make you want to do more than just watch it and maybe watch it over a bunch of times. They make you want to. They really involve your spirit in it. They involve your mind. They engage your imagination.
Cultural phenomenons,
and that's what the special ones like. Again, Lord of the Rings did it with books first, and of course, it did it with some movies later. Star Wars did it with movies. Star Trek did it with mostly TV, a few movies, and then of course, Doctor Who did it with TV. It could be done either way, and of course, comic books have done it with comics. Those are things that have special geekish followings, whereas really good movies are, nothing obviously great as well, but there's a difference. And every single one, all the big, and Harry Potter, which is another one, a series of books and movies that did that for people. I mean, that there are a lot of those things that you could really like that they don't quite do that. They don't. If you see what I'm saying, they don't
Yeah.
make you want to get, to make a gigantic fandom or an IP.
No,
And
you
they've
just
all
you
been
have your
destroyed.
print and then you move on. But then there are some
Right.
that just stick with you, and you just want to become a part of that world.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's where that question about wonder comes from for me. That's the ones
yeah,
that have wonder are the ones that, in other words, a really great movie may not have any wonder in it. LA Confidential is a great movie. I like watching it over and over again. I don't
yeah.
want to live there. There's no wonder in it. It's just a really well done entertainment movie. I'm just using that as an example. There are a lot of great movies that you'll watch.
Ravenscroft chose a really cool
So
word there, the word wonder, and I like that you
wonder.
focused in on that because that's it. It is so evocative, and very specific, isn't it?
Yes, and it means I think it gives certain IPs or fandoms, if you will. That's what turns something into an IP or a fandom. It makes you want to go beyond just like watching it over and over again. There are plenty of great movies that I've watched that I can watch. Like I can watch Die Hard a million times. I love it.
Yep.
It doesn't have like zillions of spin-off things.
No.
It has other movies, sequels, which is different. That's cool though. I even like a lot of the sequels. The Lethal Weapon film, for example, or a very entertaining Western or whatever it is. Those are great, but they don't create fandoms. Something has to have that sense of wonder to suck you in, to make you want to live in that fandom, to go beyond just watching the film or watching the TV show. And very few things have achieved that. And so the word
totally
wonder
agree.
is it. Now, the MCU at first kind of got there for a while. And then, of course, boom, Turing Machine. Hello there.
Hello, Turing.
Yeah, so wow. What a
Boss,
great
I just have
got.
to say that I'm reading the comments like from the chat, and I'm so blown away by the quality of the conversation that's going on in our chat with
Brilliant.
Could Not Be Reached for further comment, Blunt Philly Reviews, Pop Culture Republic, Larry West, just everyone. This is such a good conversation that I almost want to read the entire conversation, but we would be here till 5 o'clock in the morning. But I just want everyone to know that I am definitely reading every word you are saying and just savoring it. HB and just everyone, just the chat is so good tonight. I cannot believe some of your incredibly insightful and intelligent and engaging comments. You guys are just the best. And Larry wanted to add to that sense of wonder by saying that Superman did that for him in 1978.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, it did. Of course, he was part of a world of wonder beyond that because he came from something that was like what I'm talking about, comics. But hey, there Could Not Be Reached. Good to see you. And Max popped in, by the way.
Yes,
Max Redstone. So, yes, there's certain things that lend themselves toward that, and certain things are just really very good art and entertainment. And no one's sliding those either.
No, but they do something. They do something different, right? And it's this sense of belonging, and it's the attachment to that wonder. I really like what Blunt Philly Reviews says. This is a total geek or nerd. Not sure which one Blunt is, but I just love that he says. And Jocks really got excited about 300 at the time. Yeah. Every guy wanted to be a Spartan. Isn't it funny how geeks and nerds, how we observe popular culture with normies, and then we discuss what we think about how normies are interacting with culture, and whether or not some of these things are worth the wonder. So what a beautiful comment from Ravenscroft. It sparked such a great conversation and such a great response from Clubby. I just love this. So,
well done. Sorry, I went off on a rant there, but let's
No, I loved it, boss. Loved it.
Well, it's always fun. So let's tackle some of these starred comments. We got so many.
We got lots of them.
There's so many great ones in there you guys are doing. We have to get only the best we can do is hand pick a few because there's so many. But we're here tonight just in the clubhouse just to hang out with you and speak to you. And I'm glad you're all, man, you're just always the best enthusiastic participation and conversation here between us and you. And we try, obviously it's impossible for any show to get everything that's put in there, but I think we like to try to make this about you guys as well. So, and we appreciate it. And I don't know if any other channel likes to interact with their chat as much as I do, but we do, but I love it. So
Yeah, and it's just outstanding to see so many intelligent people just walk into the room and say, "Hey, what about this and this and this?" And everyone just be it's just so harmonious and so exciting when nerds and geeks get together. It's really thrilling. I enjoy it so much. Let's get to those starred ones.
Let's see some starred here, folks. We got a bunch of them starred up now. Let's see. Michael Beacom said, and they're at random. I'm not sure. We're going to go all over the place, I'm sure. Michael Beacom says, I was a kid, so the 60s Fantastic Four animated got me into comics.
Okay.
What you mean? What you mean? This guy?
Clobber on 'em. I just love clobbering time. Clobber on 'em. It's clobbering time.
Freeze, what a voice. He said, got me into comics. Peter Cushing and Sherlock Holmes got me into Hound of the Baskervilles.
Okay.
And TOS got me into Blish. Cool.
Nice.
Blish books. James, underrated. Blood Review says, got you guys going here while I work in my The Creator review. This is a new film. Work on, I think it means work on my Creator review. Nothing better. There you go. Excellent. Well, it's so great to have you here.
Don Power Ranger!
Don, what's up, buddy?
It's Don Ranger Power, but I just continue to say Power Ranger. I don't know. I'm sorry about that, Don.
Don's cool with it, and it's good to see you, Don. Hope you're doing well. Penny says, Raquel, when I was young, the bookmobile would drive to my town each week. I would get 7 books. Nice.
Okay, bookmobile.
The bookmobile.
So wonderful. I grew up I come from very, very modest means. And when I say that, I'm being very gentle in describing how modest our means were. So I didn't get anything from the bookmobile, but boy, did I, when I went inside the bookmobile, I was likely the last student to leave the bookmobile, the first in the bookmobile and the last to leave the bookmobile. But I did love the library. I had to do all of my reading through the library. But yes, I looked at the bookmobile and it was like the sky opened up and it was, Penny, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I was like a super weird kid when I was little. I loved reading books. I would read 2 or 3 books at a time. Sometimes I would just read 1 book and I could finish it in a day or 2. I read a lot of adult books when I was quite young, to the point where I was like one of those kids where the teacher came over and said, "Hey, would you like to read for charity?" So we received charts from the school and we went door to door and we got sponsors, like a penny a page or $1 a book or whatever the setup was. And we would collect money for charity for reading. So I was that weirdo. And I had a very good friend. I won't use her name on air because I don't know if she would want me to do that, but a friend of mine, we used to go and lie in the tall grass in the wheat fields in Alberta when they had me build houses in that area, and 2 or 3 books and just read until the sun went down. And I just absolutely loved reading when I was young. So I absolutely love your bookmobile story. And I would have been in the bookmobile with you squealing, "We got books."
Yeah, well, nice one, Penny. Absolutely. Max, what is wrong with you, dude? I said, Raquel, would you cosplay Adric? She doesn't know who Adric is, fortunately for her.
No, I don't.
He's one of my most hated Doctor Who companions, although I miss the days when he was my worst problem with Doctor Who. But yeah, he's for one thing. He's just being dopey. Rax, you're being dopey and goofy, dude. Max also said, I enjoy watching TNG's Menage a Troy from Majel, not Marina. Well, yeah, we can agree. I can buy into that. Yeah. Who doesn't, man? Majel's great.
I mean, that's the queen.
Yeah. Max, you goofy, boy. What the hell's wrong with you, boy? So Max rocks. We love Max. Stephen M says, Raquel, you're so right, Raquel. While I don't mind humorous moments to break the tension of certain scenes in sci-fi, to reduce the genre to a comedy at the most inappropriate times is ridiculousness. Yes, agreed, sir.
Clubby and I talk about this a lot off air because we want to make sure that people don't mistake what he and I both feel. Clobby is my Star Trek soulmate, but Clobby and I also agree on a lot of things in culture. And the thing is like somebody would walk up to Clobby and I and they would say, oh, but there was humor in TOS. But the thing is that it wasn't the telos. That's a fancy word for saying the purpose or the end goal of what you're watching. So when you're watching TOS and you see some sarcasm or there's some banter between Bones and Spock, it's just a tiny little bit of salt, and it feels great, and it makes it feel like it's really happening, and like you're a part of the story. But when you're waiting for those boom boom moments and they're happening rapid fire in these new superhero movies, it gets really old, doesn't it? So I just wanted you to know, Kal-El, that I totally understand what you're saying, and so does Clobby, because we talk about it a lot. We love those little barbs where we chuckle, or where we snort or guffaw, but that's not the whole point of what we're doing, and it doesn't turn into a comedy. And when they turn it into a comedy, it becomes that genre conflation where it's like, okay, so if this is a romance, if this is a political thing, if this is a superhero movie, if this is also, like a corporate branding thing, if this is also a comedy, a romantic comedy, and it's suddenly like these superhero movies are ever expanding until they lose their cohesion. And there's nothing to watch anymore, because if it's for everyone has heard me say this for years and years and years on YouTube, but if it's for everyone, then it's for no one. And the public needs to be aware of that. Genres have a psychographic, they have a demographic. When you sit down to write a story, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, you really have to look at your audience and say, okay, well, this is my audience. And genres have their own audience, and they have their own expectations of that genre. So I really think it's been a disservice, because now you have people saying, oh, well, we have superhero fatigue. Do you really? Do you really have superhero fatigue, or do you have corporate product fatigue? Because people like Clobby, people like you, Stephen M., you should not be sick of these movies. And the reason why you're sick of them is because they've shifted the psychographic, they've shifted the demographic, they've shifted all of the tropes, they've changed the audience entirely and the genre, and you're supposed to continue to like it. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's sort of, it's not sort of, it is a fraudulent transaction, what's going on between corporations and the audiences for these IPs.
Yeah, it's too much. Now, I will say, when it comes to humor mixed in, so, in real life, even sometimes people deal with really terrible, scary, or horrible situations with humor, and sometimes you use it at inappropriate times. And sometimes, so once in a while, will be one thing, but when everything is just a rapid fire one-liner every 5 seconds. For example, if you grew up reading Marvel comics, you'll know that it wasn't completely out of line for even the Marvel movies to have a lot of, quips and jokes and stuff. Spider-Man uses almost as a weapon in his arsenal, constantly chattering, making stupid jokes and insults to his bad guys, because it messes them up and it angers them. He likes to aggravate the crap. I mean, it's a psychological thing that he picked up that he didn't even know until later. So certain Marvel heroes and certain Marvel things, stuff like that, you have the kind of wisecracking type of talking, and it just doesn't apply to everything. For example, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You say what you want about Joss Whedon, he's a total jag-off. That show that was really good for the first few seasons, and even Angel and even Firefly, great shows. They had that Whedon speak, which was, constantly smart ass, always smart aleck, sometimes to a point like, wow. But it just seemed to work and flow well on this, because Buffy was his version of Spider-Man. Basically, he grew up reading comics. Buffy was his way of doing a Marvel type show without having a Marvel. It was a Marvel type character, but not a licensed character. And it's fine. Then they started putting him in the Marvel movies, and Whedon did some okay Marvel movies. I liked his two Avengers movies anyway. He's a total jerkbag in real life, but those were shows that did have a lot of humor in them, but they never got away from the seriousness was still there. but it was they were quippy, no question about it. People have taken that way too far. Whedon speak has gotten to the point where people call it Whedon speak. Yeah, I don't think it ruined. It kind of ruined the character of Ultron, but I still like the movie Hungry. I don't agree with you entirely. I just wish he wasn't based on Tony Stark. That's what I hate about that. What they did to Ultron, but I still love the movie. Nevertheless, it's like anything else in moderation, or there's a time and a place, as you know, accounts for something, and sometimes it just gets way out of hand. However, just because it's in comic book movies where it kind of fits in some ways based on comics, it never belongs in Star Trek and every other thing. Like filth is filth anyway, but one of the reasons the filth is because it's written like it's a Marvel movie a lot of the time. The way they talk, the way they act, you can't take it seriously as Star Trek, even if you're trying to suspend all the other dumb things they do, because they talk like that. I've seen it. They talk like it's written like these idiots watched CW shows and Marvel movies. That's how those horrible filth shows are written. So that's when it's a problem. And back then, whether it was TOS, even TNG, or even, Deep Space Nine, they had a little humor. Obviously, they did use humor. But they always kept it, like they have a really deeply serious episode of the original series. Then at the end, a lighthearted moment, like you talked about. And most TV was kind of like that. The humor was never overpowered the drama.
Yeah.
Now
and
it
that's what
does.
people are saying in the chat, that there's so much of it in the new superhero movies that it just the tension flies out of the room like a balloon that you've blown up but haven't tied, all over the room, right? There goes the tension. Right. Bye.
And the reason why I agree with you, Hungry Boy, the reason why he was too quippy is because they based he's supposed to be based on Hank Pym, who wasn't that way, but they based him on Tony Stark, who was a joke machine. By the way, I love RDJ, but the movie Tony Stark is a bit more of a Peter Parker talker than a Tony Stark talker. But hey, he became a household name, and I do love what he did. So let's see, we have some super chats. I want to thank you all so much.
Gifts. Thank you, everyone.
Wonky Man, thank you for the super chat. He says, I approve of your avatar, Clobby. Oh, thank you so much. I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say. Would you like a jelly baby? And there's a point. Tom Baker's Doctor Who was extremely silly all the time. But that was part of the charm of that show. He was this all-powerful Time Lord that was above everyone else all the time with that TARDIS. And yet he was always at a physical disadvantage a lot of the times, facing these insurmountable odds or these beings wherever he went. And so he used his frivolity people wouldn't take him seriously. They underestimated him, and he made a lot of jokes. But when the rubber met the road, he did what he had to do, and they had serious dramatic moments as well. Even though Doctor Who, each Doctor has their own inherent lovable silliness. They also have a deep intensity. Each Doctor has sometimes could be really scary intensity because they're so when you break it down, the Doctor's from a race that's thousands upon thousands of years more advanced than most beings in the galaxy. So there's a great balance of silly humor to each Doctor, depending upon to varying degrees. And there's also a deep sadness and tragedy to the character. Why the Doctor's one of the greatest characters, no matter what of the real incarnations of the Doctor, no fake ones, of course, that we're speaking of, especially the greatest one right there, Tom Baker. So,
well, this is something that I learned when I studied writing in university. One of the first things that we talk about when we get down to the philosophy of writing and the actual discipline of writing is that the audience comes first. And so I just find it bizarre that ever since we've separated the artist from the art, and now we have the corporations delivering the art, that's broken. This contract that we had with the reader, with the audience, it's broken, and it's incredibly sad, because the audience should come first, and you should know your genre, and you should serve your audience. You're there to delight and entertain them. You're not there to satisfy yourself. If you were, you're in the wrong business. Onanism, you can do that in private. Take that away and go and do that in private. But when you're writing something for someone, you really have to think about them. You don't have to pander to them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that every genre has its own tropes, It has its own quirks. It has its own, I guess geeks call it Easter eggs. You know, it's illusion, but Easter eggs. And people are really looking for quality writing that is nuanced. And corporate product is definitely not nuanced. And I hear you there, Clobby. It's not nuanced at all. It's horrible.
Horrible. Clobber Times, that's Sir Tom Baker. Remember, I knighted him because QE2 and Charles III were too slow to do the right thing. Agreed. He is worthy of knighthood for sure, the great Tom Baker. Larry says, Clobby, did Jack Kirby base the FF on any real people? No, he based them on a fictional creation of his from earlier called The Challengers of the Unknown. As far as their physical appearances, no, not particularly. He did not. But it is kind of funny that Alex Ross, when he painted the Marvels, not the Marvels, of course, which that's a new current movie that sucks. When the comic called Marvels in 1993, which was brilliant, he did draw a lot of the superheroes because this was going through the history of the entire Marvel universe to look, let's say, like and villains for that matter. To look like a lot of different actors at the time, which was, of course, really nice. And it's brilliant painted art, Larry. So if you ever look at the great Alex Ross, Kurt Busiek book called Marvels, you'll see that in that one he made Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, look like Russell Johnson. I think Sue was based on Doris Day, if I'm not mistaken. And Tony, of course, then he did some upgrades. Like Tony Stark was kind of based on Timothy Dalton, kind of looked to him and stuff and so forth and so on. And Bolivar Trask looked just like Boris Karloff. It was pretty hilarious. Anyway, great book, Marvels. I highly recommend it. I don't recommend stuff often. Disney Max Redstone, thank you for the super chat, buddy, and thank you for that one, Larry. Says Disney, a bigger imbecile than Harry Sullivan. Another wonderful Tom Baker Doctor Who quote, Sir Tom Baker. Harry Sullivan is an imbecile. I know you'd want that one yelled out. Love Revenge of the Cybermen, by the way, Max. Great episode. Ravenscroft said, Blake 7 did that too, Clobby. Dead serious. Then a bit of humor at the end. Yeah, they had a lot of humor in Blake 7, but, yeah. Very true. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the top of our stars, shall we? Fanti said, if you could cast FF, who would you tap for the 4? Doom, voice of Galactus, and voice of Surfer. And they're going to be mostly CGI'd. Man, I don't have any particular people off the top of my head I can name to you, Fanti. I'd have to think about it. I don't watch a lot of new stuff, so I would get unknowns, I'll tell you that, for the most part.
What's wrong with that?
What?
That's what Gene Roddenberry did, and I like it. I like it when they cast unknowns, and that's what we need. But corporations will not allow that nowadays because they want proven product. They want a pablum. They want you to sup the mush. And so they go around casting, the same, 15 or 20 people for everything. And people are tired of it.
Sure worked with Christopher Reeve. Fiona says, apparently when Claudia Black came in for the audition, everyone, she means Farscape, of course, everyone else wanted to leave the room and let them be together. Wow. She was magnificent.
Smoking hot. You want to talk about, like, people always say, Ripley is such a like a great female hero for me. I love Claudia Black.
Doc Fortune must agree because he says Farscape is his favorite sci-fi series of all time.
Nice.
It's a great show. So there you go.
Pleasure doing business with you, Doc.
Not too long down the road, I'll go back and re-binge that one.
Mm-hmm.
Officer Jim Reed was his father in Farscape. That's right. The guy from that was Alex Cord who was on Adam 12. That's very true, Larry. I'm talking of Farscape, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these are from way back. You were talking about what's her face being mean to Worf. Yeah, it was opposite of Susie Plaxton with Michael Dorn.
This is a beautiful comment. This is a beautiful comment because, if Magel is our queen, when I look at Susie and I see her interaction with Michael Dorn, well, with any character, really. I mean, she is just so drop dead sexy, so sarcastic. She's magnificent. I love seeing her on screen. She is a wonderful Q and a hysterical Klingon. And she was a good Andorian too.
Love her, love her, love her. She was even a good Q.
She was. I thought she was a great Q.
Yeah. So love her. Michael Beacom says, want to start a fight between me and some friends. Start a conversation. Who is the best? Sherlock Holmes, Brett or Basil Rathbone. I grew up with Basil Rathbone first, Michael, and I love him. But then there were so many other different people who played Sherlock Holmes. But you won't get an argument on me. Jeremy Brett was absolutely magnificent. He was great. That was a great show. If I were to hang the role on one guy, man, I'm hard pressed to find somebody better as Sherlock Holmes. But there were a lot of them, though, and I did love Basil Rathbone. Great actor. Usually, what's funny because he was always a villain. You know, he was the great villain in the original, in the great Errol Flynn Robin Hood movie and such. But always playing a bad guy. But he played Sherlock Holmes. Great for many years, right? He said the Harry Potter movies ticked Cassandra off to no end because she read the books, and when they deviated, their sins were unforgivable to her. That happens a lot. Happens to a lot of people when they read when they see the movies adapted of their favorite books.
Yep, it's true. I didn't feel that way. I should be honest, though. I've said this to Clobby off air, and I'll say it again on air. I did not feel that way when I read or when I watched the Lord of the Rings films, because I read the Lord of the Rings books when I was so little. Like, I was so young that by the time the movies came out, I was like, somebody's crazy enough to make these into movies. And so, like, it's like, you know, I think some people are far too generous with their memories, or they try to, like, I don't know, embellish their memories as they get older. I read a lot of books when I was young. And so a lot of the lore that's in the Lord of the Rings, a lot of the details, I didn't remember them. I just didn't. Like, I think my teacher handed me The Hobbit. I'm pretty sure it was my teacher that recommended The Hobbit to me. And it was one of those reading log teachers who's like, you're one of those weird reading log kids, try this. And I think The Hobbit, I was like 8 or 9. So, like, if people are like, oh, I remember The Hobbit and blah, 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 blah. It's like, do you really, though? Like, if you're 8 or 9, how much of, so I read the trilogy when I was like 8, 9, and I think I finished it when I was like 10 or something. So I didn't remember anything. So when those movies came out, I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was so happy. Anyway, I was not nitpicking. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. I understand. Yeah. But, it's you don't like to see too many changes, though. I know I don't. We all, if we're a fan of something that gets adapted into a movie, it makes the movie.
Yeah.
We have our issues. Tetrarch of Apathy, good to see you. And Amelia Clark's Girl Arm, hello there.
Nice to see. So apathetic.
Yep. By the way. And, Wes Cagle to that point says, I can accept some deviation in adaptations, but when it gets egregious, it pisses me off. And you know what? More often than not, it is egregious. Mm-hmm. It really is.
And I think the more that it is directed toward your psychographic, your demographic. So I watched Star Trek when I was a kid. It was very clear that Star Trek was aimed at adults. That show was not made for me. And so when I saw people trying to turn it into something else and make it into something else, I was very upset. But I do think that there is a difference when you read something when you're very, very young, and you don't remember it quite as well. And I can imagine how some of the Harry Potter fans might be very forgiving if they read the books by just having their mummy or their daddy read it to them at night before they went to bed and stuff. So yeah, the minute you start messing with things like Star Trek, or the minute you start messing around with adult novels that I really love, I can get quite vicious. So I totally agree with you.
Thank you. RRTNZ is here. Hello there. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good to see you. Says, weighing in on Holmes' debate, Jeremy Brett was Sherlock Holmes in the same way that Christopher Reeve was Superman. Both gone too soon. R.I.P. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And they were both fantastic.
Yeah, what a beautiful thing to say. Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you there. Let's see. And Larry says Basil Rathbone was the best Holmes until Jeremy Brett. They are both the best to me. Understandable, Larry. I hear you, brother. Let's see up in here. Where are we at? Backtrack a little bit. Could not be reached. Said the early Doctor Who had a deep sense of wonder. It did indeed.
Yeah,
very much so. I absolutely agree with that. Love it.
That's
Thank
a beautiful
you so much.
word that Ravenscroft chose, and such a wonderful way to spark conversation about what makes something a cultural phenomenon and what just makes it a film, even if it's a very high quality film. What a wonderful word.
Deediousness. Stephen Cal L says, I really feel sorry for the kids of today. Almost no more real aspirational heroes for them to look up to. No new ones for sure. With the victim mentality being forced upon them with current Hollywood stories. So true.
I
Sad
agree.
and true, buddy.
And anger and resentment and covetousness. You know, like you can see, you know, they want. Yeah, it's very sad, isn't it? And it's very obvious. Like when it's not like these are subtle things that they're doing. It's very obvious. There's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and a lot of you have something I want and I don't have it. So, you know, it's really sad to watch, isn't it, Stephen?
Very, very sad. Let's see here. I understand, buddy. I'm totally with you. Fanty says, a decent movie that Disney just pooched the marketing on was John Carter. Yes, which should have been marketed as John Carter of freaking Mars, since it was a 100th anniversary book. Yeah, it should have been called John Carter of Mars.
Yeah.
And I loved that movie. I had some issues with the casting of was it Taylor Hitch, but he turned out to be okay. He's okay. He's good enough, and the movie's just so much fun. They did. Now, that adaptation does deviate a bit from the first two books or whatever, but not enough to kill it for me. And it's just really amazing effects, beautifully put together. Again, just a romp that should have caught on. That should have been a bazillion-dollar maker.
Yeah.
And we went back to the theater to see it a few times and just enjoyed it. And of course, I bought the DVD, the Blu-ray, and watched it every. Probably it's due for another rewatch. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
To think that it waited 100 years to get that, and we won't get another one. And if it ever is too late now, because that was 2012. Anything else they did now would be horrifically bad and stupid and garbage. It's a shame we never got more of those. Sick. And that was all. It wasn't really just the bad marketing. There was a lot of political goings on. When I mean political, I mean inside of Disney. They were fighting the regime change and all that kind of bad crap. So the new people didn't want to make the old people look good. So they just basically, I don't know. I mean, today they probably would have just not showed it at all, but they let it go out there and flop. And because it was just called John Carter, could have maybe call it Joe Smith. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Idiots.
I
love that movie.
Yeah, very poorly marketed. I love John Carter of Mars.
Yep, should have been called that. John Carter, Warlord. It should have been called like Marvel called the comic. They had the Marvels. First time I ever saw him was actually one of the Marvel comics. It was called John Carter, Warlord of Mars. It's not, of course, the original book is called Princess of Mars, but they had the sense it's going to be a regular running series adapting and yes, DC did. A couple companies did adapt John Carter stories before Marvel did, but when Marvel got it, they called it John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and that kind of was an exciting title to a book, and I enjoyed that comic. All right, let's see. Ravenscroft said, when I think FF, I don't think battles or angst. I just think of wonder and exploration. Absolutely.
Another beautiful comment. Very well said.
Well, they explore, but they do fight baddies and stuff. But I mean, when I think F, I think all those amazing Kirby escapes and all the tropes that he introduced with that comic. And yes, they are explorers. They're called, I love the term, I hate who came up with it, but I think it was Wade, but the term Imaginauts. That's what they are, Imaginauts. Very
good. Yeah, Ravenscroft is getting into something that I firmly believe as well, and that is this idea of some films. It's like that old saying: people don't remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel. And I think that happens sometimes, especially in these super 4K CGI extravaganzas. people walk away from it and they're wondering what they're feeling. And I think a lot of the time now they're feeling empty. So I like that Ravenscroft has said that when Ravenscroft thinks of Fantastic Four, Ravenscroft is thinking about wonder and exploration. And isn't that a beautiful thing to feel about the FF? I think that's great.
Good night,
Penny's
Penny.
leaving.
Good night,
Penny. Thank you for making us a part of your bedtime routine. You are such a great friend to us. Thank you for all of your comments and your conversation. Good night. Have a wonderful sleep.
Good night, Penny. Let's see. Up in speaking of let's see here. I had a question from hang on a second. Okay, Ravenscroft also asked, Clobber Times, did you read that Ross tribute to the FF that was published recently? I have not. If you're referring to the comic that he did last year, oh God, what's the name of that? He did a comic that was, even though Marvel had to sanction it, was basically published outside of Marvel. I've talked about it quite a bit. It was beautiful art. It's Fantastic Four. What was the name of that thing again? Oh, why am I forgetting it? I hate myself. I reviewed it last year. It came out about a little over a year ago. It's a beautiful book, and I'll have to look up the name. But I need to anyway because I haven't shown that in a while, and I'll show it to you so you can see if this is what you're talking about. Let's see here. All right. Oh my God, it's pissing me off. But all I need to do is
take your time, boss.
All right. Full circle. Damn me, my idiocy. All right. So Fantastic Four, Full Circle. If that's the one you refer to, yes, it is quite good. So check. See if someone might already put it in the chat. Full Circle. Thank you, Larry. Yeah. Yes, I highly recommend it. Ravenscroft. It's you could probably find it anywhere at a relatively cheap price. It's a hardcover. I think there's even a trade. My memory's idiotic because about a year ago reviewed it and ranted and raved about it and loved it. Beautiful art. I'll show some of that later. So thank you for asking. Again, I don't usually recommend things. I'm just off my game tonight. I'm not supposed to recommend things. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, Wes Cagle said, the chat is this good because we're not talking about Voyage?
Poor West. West will be through it soon, I promise.
But West, hey, it's good when we're talking about Voyager. Are you kidding me? When we talk about Voyager, we have a blast. Well,
we do.
Maybe it's not as much fun for the chat as it is for us. I don't know.
It isn't. But I don't know. I think West is a part of why when it's really, really sucky that it actually becomes fun, because West has his great quips and he turns the horrible episodes into something fun by saying something cool.
Yep. Fiona says, if I didn't know better, I would say Marvel isn't taking the FF movie seriously. You think? It doesn't seem like it, but then they're idiots, so you never know. And thank you, Fiona. And Larry says, Lobby as the thing, Ben Grimm the thing. But of course I am.
Love you.
Vaudeville slapstick, Star Trek. Vaudeville slapstick and Star Trek do not mix.
No.
I'm talking to you, Deep Space Nine. Indeed, Fiona.
Right. Curtsy, the princess.
Yeah. We have one for you, Raquel. It says, and welcome, Oliver Belamonte. Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness, Oliver, it's so good to see you.
Hey. It says, Raquel, do you recall any underrated 80s sci-fi films, whether local or foreign, that defined your path to writing sci-fi stories? 80s films, huh?
Ones that perhaps influenced me. I'm not a big film person, so I'm not a geek. So I don't have a lot of film knowledge, and my focus is not usually popular culture. It's I studied that later on in life in university. I'm actually a book person, so I could name quite a few 80s sci-fi films that I watched that definitely influenced how I thought about science fiction. I liked Aliens. I found it quite gruesome, and I had to watch it from behind my hands, from behind a blanket. And I'm not being facetious. When things get super violent, I do hide behind a blanket. Sometimes I even have to mute the TV because it's just too gruesome for me. But I'm going to be honest, at the risk of sounding like a one-trick pony, I do have to tell you that my greatest, my truest love when it comes to celluloid sci-fi is Star Trek. When I think about why I would want to write, I just think about Gene Roddenberry, and I think about the fact that when I was young and I was watching TOS, I have to tell you, Oliver, I found it really scary. I found it like almost like a horror. And so I like gothic horror, the stuff that approaches being frightening, but then immediately backs away from it, and atmosphere makes you frightened, not gore or violence, outright violence. So like when I tap into that, I think about that. Like when I saw the Menagerie for the first time, I thought, wow, this is super scary. And because for me, it was so scientifically real, it was so plausible that I found it deeply, deeply disturbing and frightening. So I really owe my love and my passion for science fiction to Gene Roddenberry. I would, as an academic, I'd love to reach into my pocket and say, "Oh, it was H.G. Wells, or it was Isaac Asimov, or it was Verne, or it was Shelley, or it was any of these people." But it's just not true. When I think about science fiction that changed the world, that changed the way we think, and really had a profound effect on me and scared me about the future and scared me about aliens, but also made me feel incredibly hopeful about the future and incredibly hopeful about technology and also about friendship and growth. I think about Star Trek. If it were not for Where No Man, I would have never have read Spinoza. And Spinoza changed my life as an adult, literally changed the entire course of my entire life. And I highly recommend reading Spinoza. And Where No Man, they talk about it. Of course, Gary talks about it. So I love Gene Roddenberry. I'm a simple girl when it comes to sci-fi. I want hope, and I want it to be scary, but scary in the right way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people like the scary stuff. A lot of people don't. So, scary is fine for me. I just hate gratuitous, and
Yeah, I can't handle that. I don't like any of that crap.
No, me neither.
But when you're young, I grew up in the 70s. So that's when I was growing up. And so Star Trek happened for me very early. I was very young, and I'm watching it on a black and white television. Little tiny black and white television. And so those effects and those situations and those profound philosophical elements had a massive impact on me. Like I said, even how I view friendship, um, it was just all molded around those things that happened between those three people that loved each other, three people that were just the best friends. One was all heart, one was all brain, and the other one was just trying to sort through how to be the best version of himself that he could be, and affect real positive change on the world. And together, they could conquer all. And science made sense, and we were hopeful. We were going somewhere good.
Yep.
Retro Nerd Girl.
Oh my goodness, Retro Nerd Girl, lovely lady, good to see you. Always fun to see you there. Kronos has a question. Ever seen Roddenberry's Gun Will Travel episodes? He did about 23 of them. You hit on something with me, Kronos, that I won't go off the deep end about. But Gun Will Travel, in my opinion, is the greatest TV Western of them all. Yeah. And it's not even close, though I do love others. And Roddenberry's episodes are special. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of great episodes, too. Henry Julian Fink and Sam Rolfe and a few others wrote some great episodes. Roddenberry has some excellent ones as well. He was, you could almost, he actually did some humorous episodes, by the way. By the way, we're talking about humor. I think someone might, at least someone get, say Star Trek should never do humor. The original series has 3 It has it has 3.5 comedy episodes, and I think that's enough for a show that that is not a comedy.
That's
but
way
once in a
enough.
while, it's fine for them to do it because they did it very well, and I wouldn't want them to do it all the time.
No.
There are episodes of Have Gun that they're lighter in tone, and Roddenberry wrote some of those, but he also wrote some very intense, brutal episodes as well. He was
did.
a great writer on that show. He did some of the best ones. One day I'm going to pick out the very best of Have Gun Will Travel for some. Not that there aren't many Have Gun fans, I know, but I'm going to do it anyway. What the hell? Back on my old BTR show many years ago, I did a show called The Other Works of Gene Roddenberry, and I talked about this and his other stuff like Quester and and his Planet Earth and what's it Genesis 2 and all that stuff. So,
I love all that stuff.
cool.
It's good stuff.
So yeah, Have Gun Will Travel is the greatest. Kronos, love it. Thank you for asking. Get me started on Have Gun, and it's tough to stop me.
You can't even get Earth 2 now because the internet will actually redirect you to the Wikipedia page for like a David Attenborough series. So it's actually even difficult to even find Earth 2 now.
Or that other show called Earth 2. No, there was a Sci-Fi Channel science fiction show called Earth 2.
Yeah, I know. So it's just and I just love that stuff. It's good stuff.
Steven says, exactly. If it's superhero fatigue, then why do I and many fans revisit the classics like Superman the movie, Batman '89, because they're classics to varying degrees. Yeah, I mean, it's not superhero fatigue. It's just crappy movie. It's fatigue of seeing your superheroes turn to crap. That's what it is. And that's what I'm fatigued of.
It's true.
Chris Persia says, what? The audience comes first? How nostalgic. I remember those days back when the audience was considered a paying customer and the customer was always right. Yeah, okay. You're thinking about real commerce, not Hollywood.
Well, I just want to get into this because it's really important to say that I had some pretty old school writing teachers in my life. And yes, I was taught that audience always comes first. And to me, I think there's an intellectual and emotional disconnect here for a lot of people who work in corporate Hollywood who have not studied writing. You know, many of them, they're great storytellers when they're young. They go off to Hollywood when they're 15 or 16 years old. You guys hear these stories over and over and over again. I left in middle school and I went to Hollywood to go and find my dreams. Well, when you don't go to high school and you don't go to higher education and you don't study writing, you don't really learn about writing as a discipline. And I do think that it is important to study writing as a discipline because it is absurd for someone like me who studied writing my whole life to hear that you would blame the audience. And that you're not writing specifically for that audience within that psychographic, within that demographic, and within that genre. And how I want to drive this point home is this, to show you how absurd it is for me. Imagine that you want to have a wonderful birthday. And so you call me up and you say, Raquel, I want to go out to a comedy club tonight. Let's get all of the guys together. Let's go to a comedy club. We'll go out for some drinks. We'll have a great time. We'll end the night on a high note and it'll be great. We'll have a rollicking good time. And so we look up this comedian. We know exactly what to expect. It's going to be super dirty, super raunchy. We're going to laugh. We're also going to feel a little bit ashamed. And we're super stoked. We buy the tickets. We wait 4 weeks. We go to the show and we arrive at the show. And it's actually a show about heinous crimes. There's no comedian there. It's about heinous crimes. And it's about how a lawyer wants to change the world to maximize the penalty for heinous crimes. Well, you're not really getting what you came for, right? So this is something that you learn when you study writing in university, not just, I'm a good writer. And so in grade 8, I'm going to move off to Hollywood and go become a part of a 20-person writing team for an intellectual property owned by a corporation. You really do learn to love your audience and care for them, and you know what they want, and so you're not servicing them. But it is very important to understand genre. It is very important to understand your audience. And let me be very specific in what I'm saying to you here. This isn't about the pander stone. It doesn't have anything to do with that. We're talking about the fact that when you look at science fiction, you're looking at the psychographic, you're looking at the demographic, and you know what you're discovering? That it's mostly men. It's highly educated men. Many of them are engineers. Many of them are scientists. Many of them work in labs. Many of them are comic fiends. They love comic books. Many of them love science and astronomy. And many of them, believe it or not, are lawyers. And did you know that many, many people who like science fiction are also living below the poverty line? So when you're thinking about these things, you're thinking about the type of genre you're going to write for, you even have to think about diction. And by that, I mean word choice. How are you going to form your sentences to have your ideas? If your stuff isn't well researched, if your stuff isn't phrased in such a way where your audience says, you know what, this not only makes me feel smarter, but it is enriching my life, and I'm enjoying this discussion I'm having within this novel with this author. You're supposed to be feeling that. So this idea that corporations are trying to shape in the audience is totally wrong, and it's completely absurd. I know who reads my stories. I know what they like. I know the things they enjoy. I know what types of people they are. I know the things they want to discuss. I know the ideas that tickle that part of their brain that make them feel like, oh God, this is so good. And I want them to feel that way. I want the story to be like a drug for them. I want them to have a wonderful time. And that's my job as an author. I'm not a Hollywood author. I didn't, leave to go to Hollywood when I was 15 to go work for a corporation. I care more about craft than that. Does that make sense?
Sure. Well, absolutely, is this for sure. Let's see what Raquel says.
Yeah.
Preach, Raquel.
Thanks, West.
This indeed is this. Amelia Clark Scroll Arm said, the sad news for destruction of comic heroes never ends. Yes, of course it does.
Well, Amelia, I just wanted to say one thing to you, because I don't want you to, I wrote here in my notes, tell Amelia Clark you don't want him or her to lose hope. And I don't want you to lose hope, okay? Because let me explain something to you. Without all of this weird stuff that these corporations are doing, trying to reinvent IPs so that they can maximize revenue from them, the minute that they go back to the storytelling that you enjoy and the genre you enjoy, and they begin telling the stories you like to hear again, you will begin to be able to enjoy those comic book movies again, those superhero movies again. You don't let them spoil it for you. These corporations have taken control over art, and they're trying to mold what you think and what you say and what you want. Continue to like what you like, and eventually one day someone's going to come back to it and make something beautiful again. I promise. Because you know what? Like I said, I've studied this my whole life. I understand your genre. I know what you want. I know what you need. I know what it is that you desire when you're picking up a comic or you're watching a superhero movie. And someone will be smart enough to connect to that again. It just can't be these people who have never studied writing, gone off to Hollywood when they were 15 years old, or they're a product of nepotism and they just want to shake you up and make you angry and frustrate you and ruin everything. I'm sorry about that.
Way it goes, buddy. Thank you so much for the super chat, Michael Beacom. You are too kind, very kind of you. Thank you, very generous. He says, Raquel, wondering if you've ever seen The Guns of Navarone. I have. Set in the Greek Isles and the beginning, which paints it as an adventure tale in the Greek tradition. And thanks, Greek people made me think of you.
Well, that's wonderful.
Good
Okay,
movie.
so I'm going to write this down right now, and I'm going to watch it.
Is that the one with Robert Shaw? I can't remember. Yeah. I know there was a couple of Navarro movies. Larry, thank you for the super chat. You're too kind, buddy. He says, I request Raquel record her stories as audio books. Well, that
Should
would be
I?
lovely.
Do you want to hear from me?
Yeah.
I always think that
Look,
that I should hire
No.
like a
No.
guy to read them.
You do it.
Really?
I think so. Everyone loves your voice. And the thing is, I love my son, especially. He's way more than me. I love audio dramas, but even just audio books where someone's reading them are a lot of fun too.
Mhm.
I know it makes people lazy and not want to actually read, I guess, sometimes. Oh, he was in the Robert Shaw was in the Force 10 from Navarone with her. Yeah, okay, you're right. Sorry about that, buddy. Hey, Brett Cohen. David Niven was David Niven was the original. I'm an idiot. Okay, thanks, R. Brett Cohen says, for $10 super chat, thank you so much. I think an A in front of me. He's like Australian.
What a sweetheart.
That's Aussie. Pass through, love, buddy. Great to see you. Thank you, Brett.
Very generous of you. Thank
I hope
you so
you're
much,
doing
Brett.
well. Yeah, I hope you're doing well.
Good to see you.
But yeah, Gregory Peck, Anthony Quinn. There you go. Thank you.
I will
Crap memory.
definitely watch it. Everyone's blowing up the chat now. Okay, chat. I will watch it. I promise.
But yes, I love audiobooks. They're fun. A lot of people go driving and stuff. I listen to them all the time when I'm driving or when I have to go, or when I was doing a lot of long trips and stuff.
Mhm.
Audio dramas are a lot of fun, but just audio books in general, like, are great.
I like audiobooks because they allow someone to enjoy a book even if they have problems with attention or they
That
have
too.
problems with literacy or they have problems with language.
That's me, all three right there.
With some of my students who experience
Yeah.
some barriers to reading, I usually send them to LibriVox. LibriVox is a free archive of people with beautiful voices who read out these books, and you don't have to pay for them. It's completely free. It's a lot of classics, but you would not believe what it can do for your brain if you buy the book and you have it in front of you and then you listen to it and just allow your eyes to pass over the words. So I recommend that to my students to help build their attention, to help build their retention, so retaining what they've read, and to help build their literacy. It's a very wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And if you have never heard of LibriVox, you should go to LibriVox, look up your favorite books, buy the books, and then sit down and enjoy yourself. Go in and pour yourself a really hot tub, get your favorite thing to drink, iced tea, glass of wine, whatever it is, and just hop into the tub or hop into bed with a nice blanket and just enjoy yourself. But people should be enjoying books again. And we don't have as much time as we used to have. And the internet is changing us. It's having real neuroanatomical changes. It's changing our brains. So if you want to reconnect with books, that's a great way to do it. And LibriVox is free. It's free.
Well, that's how I learned how to read. Power Records. Talk about that every now and then. I had severe learning disability. Well, I still do, but I mean, I had as a child, and I loved these Power Records. For those who don't know, it was like a little 45 record. I know no one remembers what a 45 is, but we got these record players for Christmas and stuff, and it came with a little comic book, and yes, there were a little bitty record radio type play, play for each page, and they would go ding, turn the page, and that's how I learned to read as a kid, because I didn't want to learn I just didn't want to learn anything. I have a horrible learning disability. I always have. Don't learn very well, and unless I'm really, really, really like, I don't know what it is. If it stimulates my imagination, I can pick it up eventually. And that's what I had to do with comics and reading books and stuff. That's how I had to learn. I didn't do anything else in school, but yeah. Tomb of Dracula taught me how to read, says Matthew Panner. Great. Marv Wolfman, Gene Colan series. Great stuff.
Yeah. Everyone's chiming in. Yeah, it's Slaughterhouse 5 is a good book.
There you go. Let's see here. Some more starred. So we got some of these are from much earlier. We have
Pop Culture Republic is asking for the LibriVox URL. Just wait 1 second.
Okay.
Let me grab that.
Steven says I'm almost completely caught up with Enterprise thanks to the Heroes and Icons channel. Oh, so I'll be ready to share my reviews when the time comes. Looking forward to doing Enterprise. I love Enterprise, and I hope you're enjoying it, Stephen. Great show, and I know it gets I think it gets a lot of unnecessary abuse, unfortunately, but I dearly love it, and I hope you're enjoying it. So.
Oh, Larry, did you put it in? Did you put the LibriVox? Did Larry put the LibriVox?
I don't know. Did he? Let me check. I had it was on the star thingy.
Okay.
Okay, Larry did. Okay, thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
How did he do that? He's not a mod, but he can be.
Oh, maybe he sent it. Hold on, just let me grab it here.
Larry, I'll tell you what. If you give me your permission, I'll make you a mod, and you can put the link in if you want.
I just put it up, boss.
Okay, well, I'll make him one anyway if he wants.
Yeah. Oh, it's Larry.
It's Larry. So, but I wouldn't do it without his permission because you can't just do it unless someone wants. In case because he does help with links and stuff sometimes.
Yep, I love Larry. Plus, he knows a lot about pop culture.
Okay, he said sure. I just want to get your you don't want to do it without asking somebody.
Thank you, Max.
All right.
So the reason why I recommend that one is because it's free. But, if you are someone who likes the Amazon readings and, I'm sure there are several audio, what's the other one? Audible. I think it's called Audible. There are several of them out there, but they're very expensive. But if you like classics, you can always turn to YouTube. There are a lot of free readers on YouTube. Some guys with some really beautiful, deep voices that read works that are in the public domain. And a LibriVox can actually be downloaded. You could take it on vacation with you. So if you download it, you can lie on a beach and follow along with your book and really enjoy yourself.
Maddie's daddy, what's up, brother?
Hi, Steve. Nice
doing,
to
buddy?
see you. Kiss Maddie for me, please.
Good to see you, buddy. And let's see. Amelia says, my brother was the same way. Clobby hated school with a passion, and yet he would read comics for hours, poring over the artwork. Yeah. Yep.
And use the correct pouring. Lovely, Amelia Clark.
Yep. I never use the correct pouring myself.
Get out of here.
The taste is good. Max. Hey, Max, I'm sorry about that, buddy. Just, I didn't want to do any review. We just didn't feel right doing the reviews without Mark. He helps so much.
Yeah, Clubby didn't want to do it without Mark. So
yeah, I'm sorry. Well, if we can't do it next week, we'll start the week after. But really wanted to review Sequel Kate Destroy. I love it though. I mean,
it's good stuff.
It was the B7 version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The gang practices episodes. Oh dear. Tetrarch says she was a good Vulcan science officer. TNG. I think he's been referring to Susie Plaxton.
Yep, Susie for sure.
Soon's mentor. Actually, she was not a Vulcan science officer. Wasn't she a doctor? She was Dr. Solar. Yeah.
Yes,
she was
doctor.
One of Beverly's doctors. But yes, thank you, Tetrarch. Appreciate you. Fanti says this is earlier. Yeah, I read that What If, and no, that's not. Yeah, I get the joke. But he really didn't base him. Of course, Stan and Roy Thomas would probably have you believe that's what he did, but it is a joke comic. But I do get the joke, Fanti, and I did love that issue. Thank you. You old rascal, you. Paul Culture, I think Apple's Foundation TV show has the crown for the worst adaptation for me.
Okay.
It's strayed so far from the novels. Wow, that's saying something if it's the worst.
Okay, so there were about 15 comments about this in the chat. I just want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed that conversation that everyone was having about the Foundation series. And I would just like to say that is a prime example of what I'm talking about how something was clearly written for adults. It's engrossing. It's beautifully written. And it's one of those things that I cannot move on. So I tried to watch the Foundation series, and it was nothing like the books at all. Of course, I have I have a very early copy that's worth quite a bit of money of the Foundation series, very early copies. I forget what year. I'd have to tell you which year, but very, very early. And then I have the most recent, because I was tracking the changes as they changed from atomic to nuclear, and they were moving around Isaac Asimov's words, and I didn't appreciate it. So I was tracking it in a scholarly way, and I shared that, I think, on the Global Geek Gang one time. But that's one of those ones that I would never, ever, ever, ever think could ever be in celluloid. I just don't think the Foundation series, I don't think it's doable. I don't think it's doable. And I thought the same way about Dune. Good evening, Mark.
And they proved
Hello. Great to see you. You read
engineer.
books, Raquel? You read books?
I do, sir. Yes.
Yes, that's your
Sorry.
problem. If you didn't read the books, then the TV show would be great.
Yeah,
but-
that is a problem.
Yeah, but books be all wordy.
It'd be all wordy.
But the Foundation series, I do
hello.
have to say
Hi.
that Denis Villeneuve, I think is his last name. I'm not sure. My French is horrible. But
Okay, better than mine.
I
Gadoob
thought,
or whatever, yeah.
yeah, I thought that Dune was a beautiful visual representation, like his
Which one?
films. I think
Here's
they're
the new ones, yeah. The new
yeah,
ones.
they're a beautiful visual representation of the books, but I didn't watch the TV series. I didn't watch the stuff that his son wrote. I read the 999 page Dune. So I didn't read the abridged one that everyone gets at the secondhand store and reads or whatever, the 300 page book. Didn't read that. I read the actual Dune. And I love that book. That I've read it a couple of times, a few times, and I love Dune. That's another one that I don't think they'll ever be able to put in cellular. There's no way that will ever transfer to television or to the big screen. But that visual representation of it, I think, was quite beautiful because it did something for nerds and geeks. Nerds and geeks saw the visual representations that had been written in our minds, written on our brains, and it all resonated with us. Yes, that's what I saw when I read the book as well. Yes, that's what I saw. And so I appreciate the film for that purpose. But Dune that's a big project. Foundation series, impossible. Dune, I gotta say, I think it's impossible.
You didn't like the Patrick Stewart version?
Get out of here.
Give me David Lynch.
I'm gonna get booted out now.
David Lynch first. All right, let's
You've
see.
been missed, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did like that. I did like that movie, and it was the kind of movie. It was great. They had handouts for when you to the movie theater. Of course, me being the pack rat, I still have them. I'd scan them and tweeted them out when the new Dune came out, which explained all the terms in the movie if you hadn't read the book. So I got to find those tweets, but it was amazing. Yeah, they had all the terms. It was like the handout going in the movie theater, and people were like, "What the heck is this?
What's Muad'Dib?"
Yeah, so you could, and it was actually kind of fun that you would have that, so you could kind of know what was going on. But yeah, it's a deep book. I mean, it's just
You have
so
to read
much
the book.
happened. Yeah, well, the book is always better, but it's certain things you can't adapt. Of course, it's there's always a debate, about what books can be adapted. Could you even do it? The Watchmen, everyone said it couldn't be done, and I know Clobbering Times, you don't like that version, but I do like that Watchmen movie, although you did ruin the ending for me.
I'm glad I ruined the ending for you. Sorry to be ruined. Michael Beacom.
He has to say goodnight, and he sent you a gift, boss.
Thank you for that. Appreciate you. You're too kind. He says, got a call tonight. Parting thought. Do we pity the judges for the Golden Raspberry Awards for this year? So much to choose from. Be seeing you. I don't know how they do it. They have extend their categories to 10 entries now, probably. So
pop culture. No one is ever going to say, "Wow, that was so much better than the book."
No,
The Martian. I always say that I didn't really like the Martian movie. It's not that it's a bad movie, but the book was just so much better.
The book was way better. But everyone is saying they should get Peter Jackson to do Dune to do the Foundation series, and I think he could do it. But that's also because I've watched him in interviews say, I did not do these films to indulge myself. I did these films to remain faithful. So that's why there's so much fidelity, because he wasn't trying to stand out and write the films in his own image. He wanted to stay faithful. And so do I think he should take a crack at Dune or a crack at Foundation? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Well, he wasn't very. I mean, I know he did. Some Lord of the Rings fans think he cut some corners and changed some things, but for the most part, a lot of people love it. And they're good movies. Well, the first three, not those. I don't care.
Third movie, he changed a lot.
I don't care about those Hobbit movies. Yeah,
Hobbit movies are garbage.
But I hated what he did to his stupid King Kong remake. So hated that.
Dave G. Sound has to leave.
Dave G. Sound. Okay, have a good one, man. Thank you so much.
Feel better.
Yeah, feel better. I hope you're doing well.
Dave G.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks again, Larry, for gifting 5 more
memberships.
That's amazing.
Wow, thank you. And RRTNZ gifted 1 Clobbering Times membership. Thank you, RR. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
So kind.
So we should play something.
Thank you for trying to build up Clobby's channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you.
We should play something good for them, right? You know, Nick does the Thanos. How about how about Avon is not expendable? Is that a good one to play for that?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
I should get into the habit of playing something every time one does that. Like some people, I just don't remember to, but I'm going to make a concentrated effort to start like having something special to play when someone gives something like that. Because I just don't think about it. I'm always in such a hurry to get things done. But
that's why you got engineers. So here, we'll do this for RRTNZ. How about this?
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
In that case, to all those friends who did, let's say I got a couple to the friends who donated tonight, for example.
Scotty.
As good as your word.
Aye, sir. The more they overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
Get those nerds! Nerds! What?
Everything that guy just says, bullshit. Thank you.
And for Raquel.
Never gets old.
That's what it was.
Oh, I love it when Paul Foster gets bitch slapped.
Oh.
Yeah, but now you lost. I heard they voted you as the president of the fan club. There was a coup after that.
Oh,
because of this.
Darn!
Just because of this. Wes Cagle said we were talking. This is something from earlier. Let's get these some of these knocked out. I actually love when you do Voyager stream banging on head desk bang way is one of my favorite pastimes. Love it. RR, thank you so much. Chuck Norris could make a DC or MCU film that grossed $1 billion, but you'll never be cast as Superman, Batman, or any superhero. Why overqualified? Let's see what
the Chuck Norris jokes. The Chuck Norris jokes. RRTNZ. Oh my goodness, Brett!
Well, the memberships are rolling in now.
Brett, thank you so much.
What happened?
Brett just gifted 5 Clobbering Times memberships. He's building your channel.
Thank you. I don't know if we have that many people not members in the chat though.
Oh, they got them. No, they got them.
We have lurkers.
Did they get them
up, lurkers? Eat them up.
Thank you, Brett. Okay. I don't because sometimes it seems like we don't have that many who are not members that are in there. It seems like I just never can tell for sure though. Amelia Clark, thank you for the £2 super chats. That's Wes Cagle hasn't seen Westworld. OG or new. I love the old movie. That's a cool old movie. James Brolin and Richard Benjamin and Yul Brynner.
It's good stuff.
But Amelia, I've never seen the new one myself. I did see Future World, the sequel, and then even they had a Westworld TV show, Beyond Westworld, that lasted 5 episodes in 1980. But I don't know if we're going to see all that one. But thank you so much, Amelia, and thank you, Brett. Let's play something for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, play some more. Yeah.
How
about meatballs?
How about this?
I have had enough of you! I tell you, it just doesn't matter!
God, I gotta.
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
All right. Thank you
US,
so
the
much,
happy
everybody.
place.
Thank you for that. You're too kind. Let's see here.
I vote for you making it. I just love clobbering times.
Oh, you want that one?
I think that's a good one to do
Oh,
as the
well,
reward
I
for
just
any gift
love-
you receive.
Sorry, what? Oh, I'm going to cut you off. That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
Well,
I not
I'll
only
make
do I
up-
think it's very fitting, but it's cute as heck. I love it.
Thank you. Let's see. We have a couple more of these Star one, then we'll get back to doing some other stuff here. R.M. Briggs, you mentioned enjoying Gothic horror. My girlfriend and I are watching the original Dark Shadows. Oh, cool show. Now I'm loving it. Did you ever get into the show? Thank you. You might enjoy it. It's only 1,000-something episodes if you do get into it.
I tried to watch it, and it was too romancy-pantsy for me.
Uh-oh. Well, it was a soap opera. It started as a soap opera.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are fans of that. You know, it's a big, big following there.
There is
Barnabas
a huge
Collins.
following, for it.
Right.
I got the Jane Eyre vibes from it. Yeah, I just it didn't resonate with me, unfortunately. It's sad, I know.
No problem. Oh, it happens. It happens. I mean, I've
Did you
watched
watch
a
the
little bit of it.
movie? Did people like the show, like the movie, or I thought it was
I didn't watch the movie. There's a movie.
the Johnny Depp
The
movie.
Johnny
Yeah, the
Depp
Johnny
movie?
Depp.
Oh,
Yeah.
How was that
no.
received?
Fans of the
Ah,
show didn't.
I don't
Fans
wanna
of the
watch
show.
that.
Fans of the show didn't like that crap. Ravenscroft said. Oh, sorry, got that one. Sorry. Let's see here. Oliver said Gene Roddenberry's son Rod is trying to acquire the original 3-foot model of the Enterprise that we showed you all last week.
No way.
Which was listed on eBay. I prefer Rod to just put the model in the historical Smithsonian Museum. Maybe he will. I doubt it.
I hope
though.
he will.
But who knows? He's a wienerhead, but maybe he'll do it.
You think that guy would just donate it?
Well, when there's lots
I
of
wish.
dollars involved, I mean,
Well-
it's kind of tough when you have something and he found it in the store. Not that I'm saying that Rod shouldn't get it back because it was his dad's, obviously. And it seems to have been pretty much proven that that's
It's
that was
ill-gotten
his mom.
gains.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying when stuff like that happens, it's not everyone's a Boy Scout and is just gonna turn
But
it.
is it a
I'm
Boy
not-
Scout thing? Like if you found a dinosaur bone in Drumheller, you would sell it, or you would call the museum? Like I would call the museum. I wouldn't be like, oh, I found this bone and I'm gonna sell it. Finders keepers, losers weepers. Like it's just that's a part of that's such a big part of popular culture, and there is unequivocal proof that it was borrowed for a photo shoot and never
yeah.
returned to Gene. And oh my goodness, the letter Gene wrote about it, like you can actually hear how upset and disappointed he is. It should just be given back.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
more, and we'll get the starred ones for this evening. At the risk of Steven says, the risk of dating myself, I remember having those books with the 45 records, yeah,
Yes.
that were included in the original Star Wars trilogy storybooks and more. Awesome, love them. Yes, absolutely, Ishness. Now, before we get out of here, you think we should? What I was talking to you about, Mark, last night.
Yeah,
you think
I was actually just trying to find it again. Yeah,
we could. You want to torture
we have
Raquel?
to show, yeah, let's torture Raquel. I
What?
love her so much.
Well, wait. First of all, you might not even care about it, but
You probably won't want it. Yeah.
What?
You won't want it. We just want to show you some fun stuff.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link again.
Want me to
here.
find? I have it.
I got it. I got it. Yeah, it said you left some stuff in your fab stuff in your basket.
R-T-N-Z, thank you. Chuck Norris was in Star Wars. He played the Force. Thank you so much for that again. Chuck Norris is, he just contacted me and said, will you tell that R-T-N-Z to stop telling me jokes? And I said, no, because R-T-N-Z is tougher than you, Chuck. He told me he is. R-T-N-Z said he wants to kick your butt. In fact, Chuck, if he ever sees you around in the public, he's going to kick your butt. I told him that. R. Thank you so much, R-T-N-Z. Appreciate it.
Putin's cat. This is what I'm saying. Like I'm quite sure that the museum would be more than happy to compensate him. But I agree with Larry. I believe that there are some things in this life that are, well, first of all, it's ill-gotten gains. But beyond that, finders keepers, losers weepers. Let's say that was the case. It is such a big part of culture And that I agree with Larry. I would like to see his desk and that model at the Smithsonian with the rest of the Star Trek stuff. It's a part of culture. There are some things that belong to individuals, and there are some things that belong to history, to culture, to people. And so, yeah, it's Putin's cat. Let's give him his finder's fee, that dude, but let's get that where it belongs. And I think that someone in that legal team should issue a formal apology to Rod, for what happened to his dad. That was not nice what they did to Gene. That was not nice. And to receive a letter where he begs to
someone
have it
stole
back.
it. Someone stole it. I mean,
yeah. Well, they took it for a photo shoot, and he said, "Okay, well, you've had you asked for this to be in this photo shoot, and I gave it to you gladly, but why haven't you returned it?"
You want to see something you might think is cool, you might not.
What?
Well, let's see here. We're not responsible for your wallet.
Nah, she won't like this. She don't like comics, really.
Yeah, you don't.
You're
like
safe.
You probably wouldn't.
You're not
want
much
this.
of a comics
Oh
fan.
my God!
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want this.
This is so cool.
Yeah, but you're showing her the wrong thing.
Open it up. Open it up. Open it up.
I'm gonna go. We gotta go through it.
Oh, they're hard.
It's also got articles about the book, about the show too.
Oh my God.
And
Oh,
it's
this
on
looks
sale now.
interesting.
It can be all yours for $47, 47 pounds and 99 cents. But look, it's got all the Countdown magazine and articles, and it's got all the comics of UFO in 2 anthology editions.
From the early 70s.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. And beautiful.
And it's free shipping to the United States. So it was actually only, I think it was the 2 of these. I got to check my cart on my other window where I'm logged in. So they're showing Countdown Commences.
DJ Ronnie G.
DJ Ronnie G. Hey there. What's up? Yeah, the comics look pretty cool though. There's a site that has them all online, of course.
Yeah, those are insanely cool. Absolutely
Those books are amazing.
beautiful.
And it was free shipping to the United States. I don't know, Canada, you're in another world, so I don't know what the shipping will be.
$1 million.
Dollars, yeah. But
This is beautiful. When did this come out? May I please ask?
I think it's pretty recent.
Yeah, it must be, because this wasn't on the Founderson site before.
It's pretty recent.
So it's tempting. Ooh, they're beautiful books.
I almost bought
There's
them.
a picture that shows how big the books are. Find that.
Yeah,
So
keep
on
going
a
down,
coffee-
How big are they?
On a coffee table, show it. There you
I think it was the one that had them all together. Let's see here if I go. I think if we go to like volume 2 or whatever, I think they had it on a picture on the coffee
There you
table.
go.
Oh my God, they're massive.
Yep.
Oh, those are beautiful coffee table
Larry
books.
says they're probably warehoused in the U.S.
Right?
Yeah, so it was free
to
shipping.
Canada, Greg said, on all orders above $100.
Yeah, you got to order $100 worth, and it's free. Yeah, great.
This was free shipping. Right now it's let's see here. I'm back in my cart. It's $48. Let's see. Continue to pay. Oh, now they're actually charging shipping now. Before they weren't. Last night they weren't charging shipping. It was free shipping.
Wow.
West Kegel says, I thought this was
shipping.
a TV
Shipping.
show. Yes, UFO is a TV show. It's not just a TV show. It is one of the greatest TV shows ever made by people.
Yes.
But apparently it's now also a comic. West,
At
these...
that time, yeah, they had comics of that, and in these magazines, they were called Countdown magazine. There was another one was called let's see, what's it? UFO TV series comics. That magazine was called TV Action UFO Comics. It was TV Action. There was Countdown. There were a couple other magazines, and they've got you could find Guagnar. Thanks, shout out to Guagnar. Gave me a link to a site that has all those comics you can read online. Of course,
Greg is a great guy.
Gwag rocks.
Look at this. I mean, How cool is that? The purple vinyl.
Are you kidding me right now?
Original TV soundtrack, limited edition colored vinyl.
How much is this?
Oh
This was
my God.
51 pounds.
Oh my God.
Is that awesome?
Can I okay, how many tracks are on this? This is the full. This is
2 discs.
2 discs, yep.
That's beautiful.
Side
What is
A,
that?
B, side C, D, yep.
double vinyl LP, side 1. Main title, Shadow.
Oh wow.
Confetti check? Okay. Wow. Identified. Taken from ordeal, crash landing, the leisure sphere from survival. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
This is beautiful. It's so much money. But
It is.
purple.
It is. It's purple.
Like the Freemason wigs.
yeah. That is so cool.
Should I send this link to your much
Yes,
better half?
please. No, not to my better half, but to me. I might try and save up and why does it say $32.99 there? The other one said $51.
Maybe it's on sale.
Can you send that to me right now,
It says
please?
2 items left.
Well, I'll put it in the chat for everyone.
Oh my God.
But let Raquel buy it first. Don't sell it out.
Yeah, wowzer.
Let's see.
And it's actually the book, the comic, the 2 volumes are $80. And I just redid it. It's $78 to the States, free
But for
shipping.
both, not a piece.
For
They're
both.
You
For
get both. That's pretty cheap.
But
you still gotta pay the taxes. I mean,
the
for
vinyl. I want the vinyl.
shipping.
I want the vinyl.
Yeah, you would like something more like that. The books are beautiful, though. Good Lord.
The books are gorgeous. And imagine having those on your coffee table.
I'd have to get a coffee table for that.
Clobby. Okay, I gotta.
That'd be worth getting a coffee table for.
Hey, Mark. Did they get Rover back in at? On
Larry
the
says
site?
change the currency setting. By the way, sorry. Go ahead. What about Rover?
Did they get the Rover back in stock? I want the Rover. I want the Rover.
No,
the
on
figure.
Big Bad Toys. No, I don't think so. I don't think they're ever
They
going to
just
get
had
it.
that one run, and that was it, right? Yep.
Was you talking about the Big Bad Toys ones, or?
Yes.
I don't think so, but we can check again.
Let's see. How do I change the currency?
How do you change the currency settings thingy, Larry?
When I went to check out, it changed it, but
I changed it when you check it out. Okay.
yeah, change it when you check it out, but I don't know how to do it. When you put your address in.
White balloons are $1 or at a dollar store. He says white balloons.
Change to Canadian.
Oh,
$70.
Look at the techno manual.
$70.
Well, these
I
are all
can't
limited
afford
edition.
$70
too.
bucks.
It's all
You mean
limited
for-
edition.
you mean
too.
for the
It's all
shipping?
free.
Oh, look at the t-shirt. Are you killing me?
That's nice.
You're killing me.
It's torture Raquel night.
It's
folks.
enabling. It's enabling.
Oh my God. And the medium is a 20-inch, so that's a 40-inch chest.
What was $70? The shipping?
No, it's $70 for the 2 albums.
Oh yeah. Wow. I thought it was 50, 38, or 36
No,
a piece.
I did what Larry told me to. I always do what Larry tells me to. I changed it to Knuckle Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 70 loonies, folks, without even the tax.
Oh my God.
That's not bad. 20 pounds.
Or shipping.
Amelia,
Yeah.
now that's
Oh,
enabling.
look,
right?
they know they're
Yeah.
UFO fans. They go to 5XL.
Yeah, I could get that one.
Oh, 5XL is sold out. Damn it.
Naturally.
That's beautiful.
That's
Oh
the-
my God.
that's
You're
the
just
epidemic.
killing me, man.
Look at the technical operations manual. Did you ever see that before?
No? Can we see that, please?
Wowzer.
Sure.
Oh my God, it's sold out. How much was that?
I don't remember.
Like 30, 40
It
bucks.
wasn't cheap.
No. 70, that's loony. Of course, that's just Canadian bucks. I mean, what would that 36 in the US be?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like UFO was a popular show. Don't anyone throw, stuff at me. But I mean, it's a niche product, so we're lucky to get anything. So fans, they keep it alive here. Thank God. Look how cool that is. That book,
Wow.
yeah, that would have been great to get.
You're killing me, man. You're just killing me. Why do you do this to me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. sold out, I guess. Right?
Mark's fault for some reason. Even though
By
Yeah,
Mark, it's in my
Mark,
contract.
you're a good guy. But I am going to send you some shin kicks.
Yeah, look how good this book is. Yeah,
Yeah,
Clobbering
it's
Time's
gorgeous.
idea.
beautiful.
It's an engineer's dream come true because those models are absolutely incredible.
Oh man, look at that! God, that's so cool. Those that hardware is just amazing. The ships.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's
I'd
the
love to
stub
have.
there.
I'd love to have a model of Sky One.
You want to live
I'd
on.
love to have. I'd love to have one of the models.
Yeah.
Hey, I did that cosplay.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
my avatar tonight. That's my UFO
Awesome.
cosplay. Make it big. You could see. I'm behind a table.
Virginia
though.
Lake.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this book sold out. Probably can find
That's
it on eBay.
sad.
Plebe will probably have it expensive.
I mean, it's not a lot of UFO stuff on here, but
No.
oh, the CD is sold out. Oh, they had the soundtrack CD. How much?
The Blu-ray's
What's
probably
the
sold out
price
too,
was?
isn't it?
Yeah, but the
Yeah, the
vinyl's
Blu-ray
the way to
sold
go
out.
on.
Yeah, vinyl's the way to go anyway. But I wonder how big the. Sometimes, yeah, they give you like a big poster or something. But yeah, the
Hung HB niche product. The Tales of the Golden Monkey. Yeah, I'd say that'd be a niche or just not a very well-known show.
$42 for the UFO
I have a friend of mine that
shadow
has that, though.
T-shirt. $40.
Waggle.
I've got the Tales of the Golden Monkey. Yeah,
I got a friend of mine has that. It came out on DVD.
$42.
Was that
How
Stephen
can they
Collins
charge
on that show?
$42
Yep.
for a T-shirt. $42.
And Roddy McDowell. Something.
How is it $42?
Which one? The T-shirt? It was $20.
Joe
No,
Dog.
it's $42 in Canada.
Hey, Joe Dog. Good to see you, bud.
You got to move to the States.
I know.
Yep. Right now.
I love your
Right
beautiful
now.
culture.
Let's see how much if I add it to my cart here. If let's see how much. it
Evening,
is.
Joe Dog.
Woo, woo. You can't add it to your cart because it's sold
What?
out.
No, the vinyl.
Yes, the Decker unit is in Tales of the Golden Monkey.
And who was his sidekick? He had like. I'm trying to remember his
Oh,
sidekick,
I can't remember. Now. He did have a sidekick. Was it? Shoot.
That's hard.
what was his name?
What Bruce
not-
McGill was it? No.
I don't remember the guy's name too. It was.
$42 for a T-shirt. Why are they doing this to me?
I watched it
Don't
when it
they
first came
know
out. Yeah,
I
they're
love
evil.
UFO. Just
See, how
send
much
me
is it?
for free,
If I add this to cart, how much?
please?
You never know.
Let's see how much is it.
Jeff McKay says HB. I got to assume that's what he's answering. You didn't add anything to that, but Jeff McKay must be. I'm not. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched Tales of Gold Monkey, so
Yeah.
it
That's
was Jeff.
depressing.
He was on Jag.
You've just depressed me.
What a
Mark.
Jag off. Oh, I didn't want to depress you. I thought you. Well, I thought
No,
you
I'm
would
kidding.
Like,
I'm just.
I thought the
I
teacher.
just love
would
it.
I thought
Yeah.
you'd like seeing that.
That's incredible. It's absolutely beautiful. The table books are remarkable. I would never take them off the table.
I'm like, should I get it for $80? It's like it's a lot of
So
money. I
much
mean,
money.
but it's not. It is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money for what you're getting. But it's a lot of $80 is $80. I mean,
Yep. It's a lot
it's
of money.
money well spent. It's money well spent. I think there's a lot of value in.
I think that if I
for
did
that,
it,
yeah.
I think that if I did it, I would get the DVD series, and
Yeah.
I would do what Larry told me to do, and Chris told me to do. Chris Persia and Larry have both told me just get one of those universal DVD players.
You can watch it in HD on Tubi now.
Yeah.
I mean, not to you should spend the money on the T-shirt if you can watch it for free on Tubi in HD.
No, because I want the physical media.
I
Like,
know.
I love
I'm a physical
UFO.
media
Like
person.
UFO is so beautiful. There's nothing on television that makes me feel like UFO does, with the exception of TOS. Like nothing has ever even come close to making me feel like TOS, and UFO does it for me. I just love it. I love it so much.
And the Blu-ray looks phenomenal. I mean, on Tubi, I couldn't believe how much better it looked than the copy that I have on DVD. It's just the Blu-ray is gorgeous because this was filmed on like Star Trek on regular film, and film is high definition by definition,
Yeah.
which is funny. People are like, how can they make a TV show in HD that was filmed in the 60s? Because it's on film. If it's on videotape, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like Bosom Buddies is on videotape. You're never going to get HD Bosom Buddies,
Yeah.
which is okay. But I do like the show. But yeah, so they can scan it in and high resolution, and UFO looks gorgeous on the Blu-ray.
And why don't they sell the posters? Like, I want the poster that's on the book that the Beacom sent me.
Yeah,
The Beacom sent me the OG Bible
the
in
one that I
hardback.
have, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and
the
I love
hardback
it.
version, yeah.
But I want why don't they release a poster? Like, what the hell?
Oh.
My entire basement is like beautiful movie, Star Trek movie posters. But I'd like to, and one Creature from the Black Lagoon. But I'd love to have a UFO.
Well, here's something else to get everyone angry at me.
What?
So here's
what now?
If you really like Space 1999,
I do.
They've got new Eagles out, which is one of the greatest
those are
ships
cool
of all
ships.
time. Not those great ships. Yep.
If they ever get the models back for the weapons, please let me know, because I know they sold out right away. But you gotta let me know if those ever come back on
those
sale,
come back,
because
right. Yep,
I
yep.
would,
For
how
cosplay, right?
quickly I would cosplay those.
I had those as a kid. I'm sure not that quality, but I had Space 1999, one of those utility belts with the guns that shot discs. The little plastic discs that you would shoot out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having as a kid. Probably it's one of the few toys that I actually don't have anymore. But I remember having that gun, and then the TV thing. It wasn't nearly as nice as the reproductions here, but it was still would have been fun to have. And of course, the Eagle is just such a great. It's the Jeep of spaceships. I mean, it's just so cool looking.
Our buddy, that Irish buddy of ours, Eric O'Sullivan, he's
got the master replicas one. Yeah. I just have one Eagle.
He has a lot of Eagle Moss ones.
Yeah, I bought one. When they went under, I bought that day. I bought that, and I bought the Enterprise C.
Yeah,
and they're auctioning them off. Whatever's left over, they have a company that's auctioning them off.
Larry says that he had the Star Trek phaser toy that shot little discs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah. I wish I had those. I wish I still had gotten the Spock helmet with the siren on top. You remember that one? It said Spock, or it said UFO.
Yeah, I know what the one you're talking about.
Yeah, but these are gorgeous. You can get one Eagle transporter is 125 pounds. Both of them together on sale for 200 pounds. I mean, that's my god! And these are gorgeous models.
But it's so much money.
It is, but it's still gorgeous.
Yeah,
and
the calendar, it better only be season 1. Is the calendar season 1?
I don't know. I'll check, but probably not. You know what you can get Dad for his birthday? Or maybe you have an avid hobbyist or collector in life? This model kit makes an ideal gift for Raquel for any occasion. Yeah. That's so cool, yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's $121. Wow.
And how many pieces?
I don't know. It's a professional model, though.
It's professional model? Oh, yeah, I would enjoy that, Mark.
Yeah, 300 plus parts.
Did you see that thing that I put up on my Twitter the other day?
Long.
Did you see that thing I put up on my Twitter the other day, Mark?
I don't think I've been working on this.
You got to check this
dinner
out.
for the. I've been kind of.
I know you're a charity guy. I love you, man. You're a good dude. But
we raised a lot of money tonight, thankfully. So, which is good.
Good.
Scholarships. Yep.
Got to meet. I want to send you something on the Clubhouse.
Okay.
Or on the Twits. Can you go to the Twitties?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Wow. Go to our group chat. Check this out, bud. Show this to everyone. So this is what I like to do, as Mark and Clubby already know. I really love this kind of thing. And this came out. I received a notice that this came out, but they're calling it Pro. It's only 210 pieces, and I'm like, that's not Pro. Anyway, I still think that it's a super cool idea. You got to show it to everyone.
Twitter or WhatsApp?
I sent it on Twitter.
Twitter, okay. It hasn't shown up yet. Let me refresh.
Okay.
Usually Twitter's pretty quick.
Yeah, well, when I logged on this morning, it was like, we're too busy to send a message. I'm like, what? What? Am I going to start hearing a dial-up here pretty soon? What's going on? Help, I've fallen and I can't reach my 1995. Got it?
No, it's not showing up. The last thing I see is, it's in the clubhouse. Yep, I'm not seeing it in the clubhouse.
Damn it. No, I just sent it to Clobby. That's my fault. I'm a poop. Okay, now go look. Sorry about that,
Now
Mark.
go look.
Jeez.
Oh, these are one of your cool model doohickeys, right?
Yes. So I want to show this to everyone. This is just wicked sweet. This just came out. Everyone knows I do these. Well, not everyone, but
these
my
are
friends
Brainiac stuff.
So it's got a Pro, and it's a 210. And I just think that this is just the cat's meow. Like, go to the big one. Yeah, Intrism.
Of course, I went right to the big one. I could go to the little one.
Yeah, and I wish you could show the video of it, because after you assemble it, so as you know, you have to take out all the pieces. So it's 210 pieces that you have to fit together. So it's very steampunk, right? Then it's got the acrylic enclosure, but you get a marble with it, and so don't
lose your marbles.
It's a full puzzle. So you have to solve the puzzle. You insert the marble, and then you solve the puzzle with the marble.
No, this looks like too much work. I'd rather build a spaceship.
I know, but
kidding.
you know I love this
looks
stuff.
very cool. Yeah.
And I was so happy to see this. So it's a 210. You get a marble, you assemble it, then you put it inside of the acrylic box, and then you solve the puzzle with the marble. And then of course you can take the marble out, and if people come over, you can just help them go through it, or not help them go through it, but like let them go through it. So you just reuse it over and over again.
Wow.
What if you lose your mind playing this and you go crazy?
No, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
No, but getting frustrated. I mean, I guess
it's like that game that Tuvok plays, right? What's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't find these difficult. I thoroughly enjoy them.
But you're smart and stuff.
Yeah. Well, so are you. But I really enjoy the robot ones. Like, I wish that I could do the robot ones. I did the solar system one and I did the robot one, but I would love to do this one, but it's so much money. And they're calling it Pro, but it's only 210. Ow, 210's not tough.
Well, they look good on display too.
They look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry that I just yelled. If you want to see me putting together some of these, like these steampunk early mechanization puzzles, I have 2 of them that I assembled on my YouTube channel. I don't have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is here, or it's at Mark's. So you can find me here, or you can find me at Mark's. But I that's a place where I dump the stuff that I do for the guys. And 2 of my puzzles are there. So if you like this kind of stuff, and you're a nerd and you're like nerding out on it, or you're a geek and you're like, this is super cool, just so you know, you can see me assemble 2 of these on my YouTube.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, it's incredibly cool. And see the marble hole?
Yep. I'd be yelling Serenity now after a while, I think. It is wood, it's wood, Larry. Yep.
It's beautiful. Yes, they're all wood.
Pink Floyd.
and you don't use any type of glue or anything.
They all snap together, right? Yeah.
It's a tension fit, and so you have to be quite.
Well, you got to pay attention when you're putting one of these things together. That's for sure.
That's right. Yeah. So super interesting.
3mm Baltic birch plywood, 1/8 from laser cutting. Yep.
And so, yeah, this is just, I'm just so impressed with this one. I don't
Well, the
like these
tech
simple
too with the
ones.
laser cut, you can get so exact now too. It's something you couldn't have done economically years ago with the
Yeah, you
laser
could.
cutting.
This kind of modeling was not available, so it's. I like doing the 3D models that become puzzles, and I also like
Yeah.
the 3D models that are not only puzzles but they're also music boxes. So my solar system was a music box. So you actually have to put the music box together first before you complete the 3D puzzle, and then of course it works. You have to wind it up, and so I really enjoy them, but it's difficult to find ones that have themes that I enjoy, and I like this one because I like the idea of, that board cube, that
Yeah.
cube look to it, because I don't want to
Fire.
do the train, and I don't want to do the guns and the horses and stuff like that. I'm not into that. I like the more science ones. So this one is like, wow.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Coolness.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well-
yep. So hopefully we cost people some money tonight.
Yes.
It's great to support the Fanderson crowd, though, right? And all
Oh,
those new.
$42 for a t-shirt. $42.
But it was
Wow.
only 19 pounds. How could it be so expensive to go to Canada? I guess I shouldn't ask.
Don't know. Well, how about we start? Let's get. It's been a great time. You've all been fantastic. Man, what a wonderful time I've had talking to you all. I hope you have too. Raquel, you want to start moseying on out of here?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, number one, closing words.
Yeah, I just want to say hail to the chat. I want to thank each and every single person who came here tonight to just hang out with us, and the conversation was absolutely outstanding. I enjoyed your company so much. You're all so interesting and brilliant and articulate and great conversationalists. I had a wonderful time tonight, and it is all because of you. I also want to thank our wrenches. Thank you so much for helping us to get everything accomplished that we need to get accomplished, and for building up this channel and this group of friends. You are just absolutely outstanding. Thank you so much. I also want to thank all the lurkers. These shows that we do, they reach 200 and 300, sometimes more people. And you know what that's from? That's from all of the lurkers and the people who download this and watch it later, or they, hop on YouTube and they watch it on a rewatch. So thank you to all the lurkers for supporting CLOBBY'S channel, for sharing it, for watching. We appreciate you so much. Special shout out to I also want to thank everyone who gave CLOBBY gifts tonight. It's so important to keep the lights on at CLOBBY'S virtual comic book shop, and I just appreciate you so much. Thank you for the gifts you gave the boss, for building up the community by buying other people memberships. You are outstanding individuals in this indie sphere, for creators and people who want to make and do wonderful things. So I appreciate you more than words can say. If you're not a member, please feel free to just join us. I mean, it's so much fun. You'll have access to a subject matter expert. CLOBBY does a one-on-one with all of his members, and they just talk shop. They talk about comics. They talk about geek stuff. They talk about culture. They talk about everything. And he's one of my best friends in the whole world. Over the last 3 years, I love this guy, and I know you will too. So don't be afraid to join up as a member. And also, you get some pretty silly emojis that are great fun when we really get into the thick of it on these super chatty chat nights. So, but if you can't do a membership now, and you couldn't take advantage of the memberships that were purchased for you this evening, thank you to everyone for that. Again, don't be afraid to hit the like and the sub button. And don't forget to hit the bell. The bell will tell you when CLOBBY'S on. He does a whole bunch of shows, has tons of comic book knowledge. You will just have a riot with him. He is such a wonderful Southern gentleman. So don't be shy. I also want to thank Mark for everything you do behind the scenes. And thank you so much for working so hard on that charity event tonight and doing all the things you do in your community and online for everyone with the pleasure to know and love you. I hope everyone will hop on over and get the Killer Cornucopia. That's what we're calling it. They make great Christmas gifts. Don't forget to follow Mark on Twitter, YouTube, and on Patreon. And now I've talked enough, so I have to thank my Patreon subs. If you like science fiction, if you like episodic science fiction that doesn't talk down to you, that you can enjoy, place for you to go, don't be shy. Hop on over to my Amazon and you can buy the stories for 99 cents American each. My new book is coming out in the new year, and I have to shout out the amazing people who have backed my book. I just cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much, Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin, God rest your soul, my friend, Shooter, Gwagnar, Dave, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric Kane, his trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, the Erudite Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C and his beautiful family, Anti-Derivative Joe, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dabman and the Dabman clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course their beautiful little pupperoni Lance, who looks just like Porthos, chucking that puppy some cheese. I also want to thank Rob Altus and Tyler. Without you, I cannot afford to do conventions. I'm not in a big corporation, and corporations don't want science fiction stories right now, and they definitely don't want science fiction short story collections. They've told me no. So this doesn't happen without you. So thank you for making it possible for me to go to conventions, to do book signings, and be out in the community to promote my work. Like I said, words just, they fail me in expressing my love and appreciation for you back in my work. So thank you so much, everyone. You guys are the best. Oh, and West is saying, can I have a link?
Link for what? The book or the Patreon?
I think probably for the book.
I put the Patreon in.
There.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you got it in there? You got
so
the
much.
link in the chat?
Well, here's the Patreon.
Yeah.
And then if you just go to Amazon and search R.M. Briggs, search R.M. Briggs. And my trick is deferring if you happen to be a Prime member, if there's something you don't need right away, if you don't need that extra Starship toy, just defer it till next Thursday. And they usually give you like a $2 credit or a $1 credit. And I actually just bought the next 2 short stories using some free credits.
Yay!
So...
Okay, I didn't get to thank Clobby. Clobby,
what?
I love you, sweetheart, my Southern gentleman. One day I'm going to meet you in real life, and I'm going to smooch your whole handsome face. Thank you for creating this wonderful space where I've met so many terrific people, caring, beautiful, nerdy, geeky people. None of us would know one another if it weren't for you. You made this space. You're the reason why we're here. And we love you. We all love you so much. So on behalf of Mark and everyone in the chat, I just want to thank you for this show, for this space, and for your friendship. I love you, baby.
Love you. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, by the way, do you have the American link in there?
You've got to give him the American one.
I have the Canadian one below. I don't know where I did I thought I had both of them in there.
Well, there's the Amazon link
too. Comics below. Yeah, but I have the Canadian Amazon link below. Oh, there you go. All right.
Yay! Thanks, Mark.
But it's easy to find. Just search R.M. Briggs too. So
yeah.
Don't search Raquel. It's R.M. Briggs. Yep.
Yep.
So Mark, buy today.
Any closing words for you, Mark?
Oh, well, thank you. Sorry I couldn't be here all night, but it was great to jump on the end.
Glad you're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was.
We missed you.
Thank you. Well, much appreciated. And we did have a very successful evening. So being the tech guy, instituted a thing you could put up on the screen with this QR code so people could scan. You know, the old days, we still do it. We have like envelopes on the table. I'm like, we got to get with the 22nd century. And I have there's a website you can use, and you can scan it on your code. And the fun thing is when you donate, you put your name up, and then people can see who donated. If you want, you can be anonymous. So then, like a couple times, one person donated, like you said, Joe donated, $50. Another person next person donated said Joe is a dork, for $50. People were like sending messages on the screen back and forth, which was kind of funny, but it was nice because we raised more money than we ever had it, and that helped a lot.
Hysterical.
Yeah, because everyone's got their phones now, so
That's
with
right.
that Star Trek technology
Yeah.
made a big difference. Yeah, so it was fun sports balling night. But yeah, great to hang out with you guys at the end of the show and enable a few people. Sorry about that, Raquel. Someday, hopefully, we'll
He's crying aloud.
win the lottery. Yep.
You know what Andy calls it now? Andy says when you buy a lottery ticket, what you're doing is you're buying hope. So tomorrow, you've inspired me to go buy some hope.
Yes.
Okay.
Buy the Powerball or whatever they call it.
I hope you win too. Yep.
I don't gamble at all. I don't even know what it's called, but I know the Americans call it Powerball, so I'll just call it Powerball.
Powerball, Mega Millions. Yeah.
So so we will be having Sunday Night Geekery this Sunday. So looking forward to hanging out with Clobbering Times. We will. Yep. Okay. I shall be around. Yep. So looking forward to that, and maybe we'll talk a little. We'll be talking turkey a little bit, maybe. But yeah, looking forward to that. Hanging out with everyone in Clobbering Times on Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. I guess I'll put everyone here, and I'm very close to that magical 1,000 subs, which is kind of nice to get to that. But
Max,
it's just a number anyway.
Max is quoting The Last Boy Scout. Cool, Max. Love that song. Good. Sorry.
I love you too, Larry.
Oh, it's fun. Yep. That was a great movie.
Friday night's a great night for football. Boom. That's a cool song, Max.
That is a good song.
Although it wouldn't work, everybody's out on Friday nights, so that's why they stopped having Friday night football from the NFL.
Yeah,
but anyway, go ahead. So
yep.
Go ahead. Anyway.
So Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be there and hang out with us and enjoy the rest of the. It's a good way to end the week, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more. Do we have to talk about the Fantastic Forecasting? We'll see. Whatever.
No, we don't really, but
we don't have to. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are going to be so disappointed. I feel so bad for you.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. I think it's ridiculous. As long as I'm not in charge of it, it's not a Fantastic Four movie anyway. So I don't care what they do. I'm gonna laugh at it.
Terrific. Oh, Wes sent you another gift, boss.
Thank you, Wes.
And as sweet human being.
For that, I appreciate this. Amazon is evil, like
Wes.
Does Janeway work at Amazon?
Yes.
Bangway, you mean Bangway?
Bangway. Yeah.
There's football Friday nights high school. I know this.
Yes.
The movie Last Boy Scout opens up with a Monday Night Football type show, but because it was a fictional movie, they made it Friday night, and they had a song by the guy from the Eagles where Friday night's a great night for football. It's a ridiculous, fun song. Jonah Hex. What's up, Jonah Hex?
Jonah. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Jonah. Welcome.
No. HD just said the Feebtastic Four. So feeble?
Yes, sir.
But he's the Mandalorian. He can't be Reed Richards.
Mandalorian.
Right?
No, he sucks. All right, so let's see here, everybody. Show notes and some shout outs. I won't take too long, but do you want to hang, Raquel, or did you need to run?
I should be okay. I have about 10 minutes.
Gotcha. We'll go quick. Tomorrow night on J-Man's channel, J-Man and Sean and myself continue our Jack Kirby's Fourth World Review, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A few more shows of that to go, and we'll be done with it, and not too long. After that, we're gonna do Frank Miller's classic Daredevil run, and then I won't be on the Comic Shop show with Nick Weiser and the gang, but if you're looking for a bunch of cool guys who talk comics on Friday nights after the Friday Night Tights show, 8:30 Central, Nick Weiser, who is hanging out with Gary and Tom and all those cool guys at the Milwaukee meetup, will be on. He told me he will be on tomorrow night, so I believe that's the case. So go check them out if you're looking for some comics talk from my comics friends here. And, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek. 4 more episodes of Wes Cagel's favorite show of all time, Voyager Season 3. Yes, indeedishness. I guess I have to watch those, don't I? And then, of course, Sunday night, as the aforementioned Mark D. with the C's Sunday Night Geekery. Please join the channel. Please join this channel, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. We always have a good time there on a nice way to just kind of, sit back and end the weekend. Monday night on I have 3 Mondays out of the month. We review Legion of Superheroes 58 through 89 in chronological order, all of their appearances on J-Man's channel. J-Man, Sean, and myself. We will either be reviewing 3 more issues on the road to that goal, or we may have a special guest. We're not sure if he's going to make it or not yet, so we don't know. But hopefully so. Anyway, either way, we'll be talking to some Legion a lot. And then, of course, Monday night, continuing Doctor Who month. I'm part 2 of my issue. This will be 4 issues, the last 4 issues of part review of a classic comics review, of course, of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Doctor Who, Assimilation, the IDW comic. And so that's been a lot of fun. Everyone has been really great. Then Wednesday night, I don't have anything made up for it yet. I will, but I'm going to count down my top 25 all-time favorite Doctor Who episodes. And a week from tonight, it'll be Thanksgiving, but I will be here. I don't know who else will be here, but I will be here for the Clubhouse. And anyone else who wants to be here. I know it's Thanksgiving.
Here with you.
All right, but no, it's a thing. Cool. Now, I don't know if we'll have a review yet because Mark's probably going to do family stuff. So,
yeah,
not,
and I'll have turkey coma. But if everyone's gone to bed early,
turkey coma is no excuse.
Hang out.
I mean, doing family stuff's an excuse. No turkey coma. I mean, what, are you crazy? What kind of baby wounds about a turkey coma? That's good for you, a turkey coma. Means you have even more fun talking about geek stuff.
Coma. You know what I mean? I want one right now with lots of gravy.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
And with the toast with the turkey toast with the, ever had the turkey sandwich with the gravy? Oh, so good.
Oh, that's yummy with extra butter.
So I don't know if we'll have reviews next week, but the week after that we will. Anyway, and of course, part of that week I won't be here because I'll be out of town. All right. So, shout outs. Of course, Eric K, Chris Persha, D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth and Lady Thoth, J-Man, Maddie's Daddies, Stephen Kal-El, Fanty Outsidey, Max Redstone, Hungry Boy, and our friends in the chat who's here with us tonight. What a great group. Your Muslim uncle, thank you so much. Appreciate you for being here. Larry. Empress NM. JT Kirk, go Lions. I'm in your corner with those Lions, buddy. I hope they play the Browns in the Super Bowl. That'd be the craziest Super Bowl ever. Wes Cagle, Touring Machine. Takes a while to get to another. Blood Filler Reviews, Jonah Hicks, Don Ranger Powers, Oliver Belamonte. I gotta get to some more. Come on. Amelia Clark's Squirrel Arm. Who else? We had a lot of people here. So Pop Culture Republic was here. A lot of the same people. Maddie's daddy was here. I think I shouted him out already. Let me make sure we got everybody. Could not be raised for further comment. Brett Cohen, thank you so much, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate you. I believe Matthew Pounder was here, right? Matthew Pounder, DJ's Ronnie G, Dave G Sound, all wonderful friends who were here with us tonight. Penny was here, I think, for a while. Putin's Cat, RRTNZ, thank you so much. Make sure. Don't want to miss anybody. We almost got you.
Yep.
Okay. Whoa. Because it jumps on me there sometimes there. But I almost think I got everyone. But I could be so wrong. Oh, yeah. Kronos Godwisen. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for being here. Hope I said that right. I don't have any vamping music, so I just make up crap as I go along. Retro Nerd Girl stopped in. Love you, Retro Nerd Girl.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Retro was there.
You rock. Michael Beacom and Cassandra. Shout out to you, my friends. Ravenscroft, in case I don't know if I got. Oh, just in case. Ravenscroft, thank you so much. I know I got Larry, but it doesn't hurt to get him again because he's a good friend of the show. Wow. Let's see, man, oh man, there's so much chat. I got going way back here. So many people here now. What a great Tetrarch of Apathy. Thank you. So what a great crowd. I'm all so cool. So oh man, just amazing. Doc Fortune. Gwagnar, buddy. Can't forget Gwag. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Dadman and Mrs. Dadman Clan, shout out. We were here earlier, stop by. Okay. Man, let's take it for. So now I'm gonna go on. Let's play a game that we always play. I'm gonna bet you that I've got everybody. What do you think? What is your opinion?
You can't have everyone.
I bet you I got everybody.
What about Wesley?
Well, he wasn't here.
He wasn't here? Oh, too bad.
No.
Wasn't working?
Neither was Adric. And by the way, Max asked Raquel to cosplay Adric. Can you believe him?
That would not.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. Especially if you saw his outfit.
What does he look like, Mark?
Oh boy, show her Adric.
No boy. Yeah, right. Let's show her.
You can show Wonky Man. Thank you, and thank you for your super chat. I was wrong. There was another one. Wonky. Thank you, Wonky.
Did we get Princess Fee?
Princess Fiona was here. Thank you. There you go. Now love you, Princess Fiona. Thank you for being here. Now I'm going to go out on a limb, confidence and say that we got everybody this time. What do you think?
I'm not sure.
No? Oh, yeah, you're right. Captain Infinity and Beyond popped in.
Oh, yeah, Captain Infinity.
I didn't even see him yet. And I
the
remember that.
Breaker.
Woke Breaker was here. Where?
Good evening. He says just stopping in to say hi.
Hello, Woke Breaker. Good to see you, my friend. We're just saying.
Oh, you're not late. We love you.
I was just glad to see you. Oh, there's Adric. You're going to be cosplaying that.
Max,
you're
agonizing, please.
It's a potato sack.
Somebody
Adric.
Max for me, please.
Rover Max, everybody.
Please, just rover him. If you're a member, you know what I mean. Just give him a good old-fashioned rover.
Oh, boy.
Poor Adric. No
Blood filler reviews. Why are you so current?
Boss man, could I please get some rover
sound
it
was
effects?
That's Tom Baker.
Some what? Rover?
Yeah, rover sound effects, please. Thank you. You deserve that, Max.
You've been roving.
Love you, Max.
Max, you've been roving. Okay. Giggle. I think we got them. Okay, now I'm going to say that's everybody. No way could there be anybody I missed. Not a chance in freaking frickly. I'm trying to stall him until I get to them.
Inconceivable
hell. Not a way. No way have I missed anybody tonight. I got every except for just Joe Jobber. You were here. He only said Jobber.
He was here. He stopped in.
Jobber.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, buddy. Always good to see you, brother. Adrian James was also here. See, I told you that I didn't have everybody.
Yeah,
no, Mazurus said I'll be lurking. Mazurus lurked tonight. Mazurus, thanks for lurking.
Mine. He's a guitar player. He's a sweetheart of a person.
Brogu from the old hometown was here.
Brogu.
Yeah, Brogu.
Who else?
Claude Salling popped in, of course.
Salling.
Yeah.
I have to interrupt, Raquel. The stun gun and it's back in stock.
Get lost.
Dave C. By the way.
Dave.
P.D. York became a member. That's right. Thank you, P.D. York.
York.
See, you got to go back. Make sure. I told you to. You're reckless too.
Add the cart. It's in stock.
Oh my God.
Woo.
I have to go. Hold on.
FKHC 2005. Hike. Good to see you. Thank you for being here or listening later. Anyone listening, lurking, or listening on a download later, thank you so much. And everyone else, we are out of here. Have a wonderful remainder. Oh, no, excuse me. Have a wonderful remainder of nothing. Have a wonderful weekend. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. And please, if you have not already, please go buy Raquel's new book and her old one for that matter. Her book and her new stories is what I meant. Sorry.
Groovy. I just love clobbering time.